Welcome back to the First Touch podcast, everybody. You don't know, say, boy, Calamity, and I might realize Tato is missing in action. Him so far down, you see me? So don't worry, people. Tato I got there. Apart from that, though, rival talk. You see me? It's been a while since we drop a rival talk on the channel. You see it, and with the starting of the season coming up Friday, our rival talk that have to drop. So now I go see the rival talk. Probably tomorrow, Sunday, maybe Monday. One out of them 2 days there. But what we are gonna do now, we're gonna talk about the upcoming season expectations, where people have for them club. Yodi, of course, Liverpool fan. We have two Manchester United fans in a Kishan, which also 443 pressure, and else TV. Tattoo over there as a City fan. And we might have a Chelsea fan a jump on. But a Chelsea supporter Liverpool.
No, Liverpool.
Liverpool. All right, so we might have an ex Liverpool fan. All right, so people, everybody right there has a YouTube channel. The YouTube channels I got a link in the description. So please, show everybody support. You see me? You know it's all love in the football community. Um, big up on yourself, people. Remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, cause that I gonna notify you when the video them a drop. I'm gonna get into it. So we have not dropped a video. The First Touch podcast had not dropped a video on the signing of Benjamin Sheshko. So it's only right that we address it right now. First up, Manchester United. Since all of the Manchester United fandom there, we're gonna talk about Manchester United first and then we'll move on. So Benjamin Sheshko was unveiled as a new signing today at Old Trafford right before the Manchester United Florentina game. I think me did say me probably talk about my expectations from Shesko previously. So I'm gonna make Elzar Kishan take the floor upon it. But what do you think is going to be the impact of a Benjamin Sesko in this Manchester United side?
You go, Kish, man. You go, Kish.
Yeah, it's a weird signing in the sense of nobody knew that we would have ended up with Sesko in a sense, right? I mean, at the start of the window, it was linked with Arsenal. Gyokeres would have been the one that was linked to United, right? And I know that United for a long time, stated that they wanted a striker, but we thought it was, maybe Ali Watkins, Vlahovic was linked. I think his agents offered him to United on a couple of occasions. Nicholas Jackson was another name in the hat, which, I think, well, I don't know if most United fans, but some United fans said that if it's the right price, then a Nicholas Jackson would be good for the right price, maybe 40 million pounds or something like that, right? But, Sesko is signed. Obviously, the manager doesn't have any trust in Rasmus Hojlund, despite United saying that, you can go on loan. He's adamant that he wants to stay and fight for his place, right? But in terms of Sesko in general, 22, had 2 good seasons with Leipzig. When he was at Salzburg, he had a good season as well. I think his last season was his prolific season in a sense, right? So I think it's a good signing. My expectation for next season is, if I put a number on it, is maybe around 15 goals in the Premier League. And I just think the expectation is too high right now for him not to match up to that. So, Rasmus Hojlund would have scored 9 in his first season, 8 or 9, I believe. So, for me, Sesko, who people would assume is a better striker, 15 goals in the Premier League, and I think that would be a solid season for him.
Well, got 10 in his first season.
Yeah, 10. So, Sesko has to be better than him, at least 5 goals better. So, yeah.
Else?
Yeah, so for me, Sesko, pretty good signing. As Kish said, good 2 seasons at Leipzig. I think he scored 22 goals on all competitions last season or something like that. Goals in the Champions League, some decent performances and stuff. For me, the price is a little bit too high. That's the only thing I have kind of a problem with. But the player itself, I actually rate the player. I think he's a decent player. I think he can develop here. Another good thing about him is that he could have come to us earlier, like 2 years ago when we were linked to him, because we've been linked to Sesko for a while. And he said, nah. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? He said, nah, let me go to Leipzig, and try and get better at, different parts of my game and stuff, and then take the next big step when I feel ready. And obviously, he feels like he's ready to do that right now, right? So my expectation for him is to get 10 to 15 goals in the Prem. I obviously not 10. I don't want him to get 10 like Hojlund, because that first season from Hojlund, I think it's overrated and I think it was awful. Still, I don't rate Hojlund at all. I'm sorry. I'm not. I just don't rate, man.
Awful is a bit much. That's
Nah,
a bit
like
much.
I can't. My eyes can't do it anymore. So I just nah. But but yeah, I would take 15 goals in the Prem if I'm being completely honest from Sesko,
Definitely,
especially the price
definitely.
tag. I think you could do it. Especially with Mbemo and Cunha as well. People seem to forget that we signed them as well. Like it doesn't always all have to be on Sesko. Like he doesn't have to score 20 goals in the league. We have players that can also score maybe 10 to 15 as well, right? So the goals will share around the front three and stuff like that. So that creates a little bit less pressure for him. So hopefully that can help him and to kick on and keep going.
Yadi, what do you think about the Sheshko signing as a Liverpool fan?
I think this is a tremendous signing for you guys. But given the hype around Hoyland last season, that was uncalled for too. I mean, the amount of money that you splurge for a player like Hoyland is completely bizarre, right? I mean, if you
Mad.
want me to talk about Sesko, I don't have anything to talk about him right now. I mean, what people were talking about Gyokeres not being a good pivotman or a targetman, he just headed a ball in the net today,
Yeah.
right? That was a
Good
Almost
goal.
like
tremendous
it.
finish, by the way. So you
Good
can't really
goal.
predict what these people are going to do. But Sesko, I've seen him score some bangers from 40 yards, 35 yards out, but I have not seen him carry the ball into the box and then score a goal like what Havertz did today. So we need to see United as a system are not as fluidic as what they should be, right? Even in today's game, I saw a couple of instances in the first half, in the second half, the starting of the game, you were struggling to control the tempo of the game.
Mm.
Your wingbacks individually are brilliant, but in order to support Sesko, you need a Dorgu and a Diallo to work in tandem with one another, right? That's one problem I think which still persists. Amad Diallo, he's amazing to be honest. He's a brilliant footballer. But at times I just find him to be very lackluster, frustrating to watch. I think he needs to work on his physicality. I think what Havertz has done this season, he's gone to the gym, worked out. I think Amad
Yeah.
Diallo needs to do the same, right? And
Same.
Dogu, he's exceptional. Dogu, I think, had one of the best preseasons in your squad. So I think Sesko should get enough support, and I think Mbeumo and Cunha have been a breath of fresh air. Watching them play, bro, I think United have a good chance of making it in the top six. Maybe not the top five, but top six for sure. You guys should be aiming for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I personally, I can agree with that statement. I'm not going to put a number on it right now because I do have a Premier League prediction video coming out. So I'm not going to put a number on it, but I expect to be somewhere around in that area. And we're going to talk about the expectations of Manchester United this season, coming off the back of a 15th place, worst ever season of the Premier League. And honestly, as a Manchester United fan, it seems like each season we are say our worst season of the league. Like we've been at that for like 3 seasons now,
Mhm.
which is
Mhm.
crazy. But going back to Sheshko as the player that I think he is, I really rate Sheshko. And Els mentioned it that it was probably 2, maybe 3 seasons ago when him did first break in on the scene and we were heavily linked to him. And he chose to go to Leipzig at the time he was at Salzburg. And I really wanted Sheshko. Sheshko is a baller that I rate really highly. My problem is I don't think him have or him not him, he hasn't fully developed that killer instinct as yet, in my opinion. Like it's there, he shows it in flashes, but it's not like a Gyökeres. And I feel like Manchester United really needed that experienced striker. I love the signing of Sheshko. I rate Sheshko, but I feel like Manchester United really needed that experienced striker. But I'm really not gonna complain with Sheshko because I really wanted him. Overall, though, looking at it going into this season, I think the Mbuemo and Cunha signing are good signings. However, I don't know if I kind of favor this. But I've been said from last season, I don't know if I kind of favor this 210 system where we are playing. I'm gonna feel
Mm.
like say Mbuemo is at his best when he's a wide right winger. Amad Diallo is also at his best when he's a wide right winger. I don't know if I favor this 210 system, but it is a system that we're going to play. We can't get away from it. So, how do what do you think is more important? Do you think the performances this season are more important, or just getting the points on the board? Because at this point, for me, it's a case where are we going to sacrifice developing players in the system, or are we going to try to get wins and don't develop the system? Because me not say we are the both. I really don't see us doing both because me not know, but something about the system just don't seem to be clicking right now. Maybe it click later on, but do you think we are going to sacrifice points for performances or performances for points?
Well, put it this way, right? You're talking about a United team that finished 15th last season, previous to that 8th under Eric Ten Hag, right? It's not an overnight fix in terms of getting the system right. Whether it's a 4-3-3, 4-4-2, 3-5-2, whichever way you want to put it. It's not an overnight fix, even with the signings of Benjamin Sesko, Mbuemo, and Cunha. I hear fans talk about the system a lot, but it's no different to what a 4-3-3 system is in terms of it's just a formation at the end of the day. It comes down to
No,
whether or
no
not you have the person.
formation. Come on, Kish.
No, it's different, but it comes
matters.
down.
I can't.
No,
I can't fully
but
agree with
listen,
that.
people talk about people wax lyrical about the 4-3-3 formation. We've
Yeah.
seen so many managers play that formation. Have they been successful? Oftentimes it comes down to the personnel. So this system and United success, it rests on Ruben Amorim for next season, in which
It's
he
true.
was adamant on the formation.
It's
He
true.
got rid of some players in terms of moving out Rashford, moving out Jadon Sancho, moving out Alejandro Garnacho. So United is giving him everything that he can get at least this transfer window. So if he doesn't show us anything next season, then you get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's so much of a system thing in a sense. I just think it comes down to personnel and the manager getting the job done at the end of the day.
Yeah, but wouldn't you say that the personnel that we currently do have don't fit the system he's trying to play?
I wouldn't say so.
I mean, why would a coach buy players who he thinks don't fit the
Don't fit,
system?
right? Exactly.
Because, bro, when have
I
you
guess it's just
ever
that
seen them Mbuemo as a 10? Like, yes, Mbuemo cuts inside, but he's not like I don't see us getting the best out of Mbuemo is at his best when he's running at his defender, running down the wing, not necessarily in the channels.
yeah,
So
but I mean, in today's game and even against Everton, we saw where Mbuemo like drifted out wide on a couple of occasions, So you just have to figure out the dynamic in terms of how the dynamic between Mbuemo and Amad Diallo
Yeah, I
and
was just gonna say.
Konya,
and
I think
etc.
they have to get used to each other. I don't think they're used to each other
but
yet because I see instances where Mbembo goes out wide and then Amas is supposed to cut inside, but he doesn't cut inside. He goes and
yeah.
passes to Mbembo on the outside and they both like do that the same exact thing and they don't seem to know where each other's gonna be at this current moment in time because they just started playing with each other. Like Mbembo's played 2 games and he can't even play 90 minutes right now, right? So he's not even fully up to pace yet. So I would wait a little bit more until maybe they get a little bit more of a connection to really see or really judge if he could work in that right 10 position because I think he can. I think Mbembo's a good outlet. I think he's going to score goals from that position. I think he can. He's good in that position for what I've seen so far. His crosses are crazy as well. By the way, today was his crosses are great. But yeah,
Yeah, and that's another thing I'm gonna feel like Manchester United need for do the crossings, the crossing into the box. So they need to like put in a lot more crosses, especially with somebody like Sheshko who has that leap on
he
him.
could
We need
jump.
to put and Dargu, his crossing could be better. And Amad Diallo, as we already know, he's a winger. So
Yeah,
his
yeah,
first instinct is not to cross the ball.
I think I'm going to defer here. I think I would agree with Calamity, his first statement that you need specialized players to be running the 3-4-3 system. I'll tell you why. Antonio Conte, Pochettino, Gareth Southgate with England, they use the 3-4-3 essentially, right? Now in Conte's Chelsea, they had Ivanovic and Azpilicueta on the wing backs, right? They had Hazard and Willian up front, prime versions, right? When we think about United, they're using an Mbeumo who's just getting accustomed to the role. But by the way, I think Mbeumo in this role too is doing quite good. And he's right. He's being limited to the best of his capacities. Mbeumo at best can make a run at defenders and he can actually score goals. But when you're expecting a Mason Mount to fulfill that false nine role, like the game today, that's not just going to get emulated at all. Second, 3-4-3 requires your players, your wingbacks to be really quick. The
yeah,
decision making needs to be good. But your
yeah.
wingbacks into a very lackluster situation, which is not good enough. Okay, even if that is the situation, fine. We take that as a premise. For United, you can't fix that. You're not signing more players. Midfield, at least your midfielders should be more agile. They should be more mobile. You can't have an
Yes,
Ugarte in the midfield, right?
you need a
So three four
midfielder.
three, the system shapes do matter in today's time, man. Because the opposition is going to be playing one shape, like Liverpool. Suppose United face Liverpool. Even though you have a lack have a knack of scoring against us, but still you don't perform well against Liverpool or the Big Six. Now, when it comes down to United accumulating points this season, I think Amorim is just going to focus on winning games because he
Yeah.
knows you are not going to control the tempo. He knows you can't dominate games. So winning games by just getting the points is what it is. I personally feel the season is going to be like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's, where you ended second, third,
Mm.
right under him. It's going to be something similar.
Okay.
You make you bring up the midfield conversation, and this is probably a conversation we're gonna end this Manchester United topic on. But the midfield, I think the midfield is a huge problem. We
Huge.
can't get a hold of mid. This has been probably the problem with Manchester United for 10 years. We
Yeah.
can't get a hold of midfields. We can't win the midfield battle, and the midfield right now is a two-man midfield, which we all know the captain, Bruno Fernandes, which I rate so highly, my favorite player at the club,
But he's not
is
staying
going
there.
to be playing in that midfield role as the number 8, alongside a Ugarte, maybe a Casemiro, maybe a Kobe Mino. But Bruno Fernandes in that role, he is also really limited, bro. Like, he's so
Limited.
limited in that role. And we bought two number 10s, which again is good for depth. We bought two players that are supposed to be playing that number 10 role, which is good for depth. However, Bruno Fernandes' best position is in that higher up at the higher up in the pitch. So
Yeah.
are we sacrifice our midfield for the
You know
sake
what?
of buying
I would
Calamity.
have
two?
sold him in summer for that reason.
Calamity. Last season, Bruno Fernandes had the most progressive passes in the double pivot in the
No,
entirety of the
I'm
season.
not saying that he can't play
But
there. No.
who's going to
He
progress the
can
ball
play
then?
there.
Who's
No, we
going to
don't have
supply
the
the ball?
profile. We have
Listen,
no profile.
listen,
You don't have
listen.
it other than
He
him.
can play there. No. The problem is whoever we play in that midfield with Bruno Fernandes, we're going to get overrun. That's
Yeah.
the big issue with the midfield and
Because
Bruno
of how
playing in
Bruno
the
plays as
midfield.
well. Not that Bruno's bad.
Because of how him play. So it's
Like
not that
just how he plays. Yeah.
yeah, it's exactly because of how him play. And it's not to say that he's a bad player, because as I say, he's my favorite player. But because of how he plays, one, he loses the ball quite often,
Yeah.
which again, no slight on him, he's a creator. That's what creators do. But when you put that in the midfield area, you now left the person beside him for do too much.
Get killed.
Yeah. So the midfield gets overrun. So I noticed this Baliba rumor that's going around, which
I don't
I am
believe.
really, really happy about because I love Carlos Baliba.
I would love him.
But I don't I'm not gonna say we can't get him because as Fabrizio Romano say, don't underestimate Manchester United.
Don't underestimate Manchester United.
So I'm not going to say we can't get him. However, for me, the midfield situation is looking really grim. I don't know how we'll fix it with the current personnel.
I don't think we can. We just don't have the profile for it. We need like a ball progressive midfielder and a press resistant midfielder in one, which is what Baleba would be, you know. And we just don't have it if we don't get him, really and truly. So we're gonna have the same problems. That's just how I see it.
So what's the issue with Ugarte?
He's not good enough.
I don't think Ugarte is bad. People say, but
He's not bad, but he's not good enough.
He's not even that. He's bad. He's really bad. He
No,
was
he's
terrible
not
in the
bad.
bad,
preseason,
man.
bro.
He's not a
Bro,
starter.
He's
he
not
was so
bad.
bad in the preseason, man.
He's a better ball winner than
Yeah.
How many
Baliba.
balls did he leave? How many times did he fumble in the last 2 games? How many times? I
And
saw him
he
fumbling
does.
at least 4 times. Four
But
times.
He
that's
plays
that's
better
what I'm.
against bigger teams because he has to win the ball more because
And
we're using
also,
right?
the problem with Ugarte is his underball ability. No,
Yes,
it's not bad. His underball ability is not bad, but it's not of the level required to play a two-man midfield, especially with somebody like Bruno Fernandes beside him.
correct.
So that's the problem with Ugarte.
But
His
the
underball ability.
moments I saw him going toe to toe with the opposition, he couldn't win the ball. The second balls, he wasn't winning them. It was in fact Kobe Mainu winning them, and
Yeah,
Kobe
he was
Mainu
though.
supplying the balls ahead, right?
But
then Kobe
here,
Mainu as well, he has certain deficiencies in his traits, which
exactly.
I don't really like, right?
Here the issue with Kobe Mainu, his tenacity. He's not as tenacious as a Ugarte.
But is
he
that
has
something he
better.
can improve on though? What if he improves on that? Because he's
He
still only
he
19 still, right? So he
But
can still
that another thing with Kobe Manu, he has a lack of pace. Him lack a yard of pace. So
Mm.
a lot of the times when somebody blow by him, he's running and he can't get back
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
So that lack of pace
Yeah.
is never going to be resolved, which is why I think Kobe Manu is better in a 3-man midfield. However, Kobe Manu is somebody who, for me, he has to stay at the club. Like, most of the people are say, "Oh, Manu we should sell Manu." That's bullshit for me. There's
He's too
no,
good to. You can't sell a player like that,
yeah,
man.
there's no way on earth we're supposed to be selling Kobe Manu.
Nah,
But
man.
I do worry about his game time because I just don't see. And Amarim is since Amarim coming, is like him want play him, but at the same time, him just not see it at work. So a lot of the time he's there on the bench. Sometimes him don't even come on. And we I say, yo, play a Kobe Manu, but realistically when we play Kobe Manu, it's the same problems over again.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't see how we fix the midfield issue with the current personnel. And as El said, we just never can do it. You have to buy somebody.
I heard Kobe Mainu is going out in a swap deal with Baliba.
No,
You guys
can't
can't
do
afford.
that.
You
Ain't
We
guys
no
can't
can't.
way,
afford
bro.
a
Ain't no
104
nah.
million pound deal for
Yeah.
Baliba.
We can't do that. We can't do that. And I think Kobe Manu and Believer would actually be a great partnership, to be honest.
That would
Yeah.
be sick though. That would be sick. I can't even lie. That'd be sick.
But I
But
don't think honestly he suits a double pivot. Kobe Mainu is more of a guy who likes close ball
4-3-3.
manipulation. He
Yeah,
should play
4-3-3.
a 4-3-3 ahead, a little ahead. He's not a guy who's gonna sit back and defend. Maybe he
Yeah.
might do that, but the entirety of 90 minutes of a football game, you can't expect Kobe Mainu to do that, So
Yeah, but he's still young. I'm expecting him to adapt. So it's not like me say him can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that he can't do it.
You can get better. You can get
Yeah,
better.
he can get better. But let's take a small look at like Newcastle for a minute because Newcastle was rivaling Manchester United for Benjamin Sesko. And Newcastle seems to be going for anything that breeds this summer. I saw a graphic of the players that rejected Newcastle. And bro, I tell you, I was rolling. But I'm gonna just share this graphic so you guys can see. Like, take a
Newcastle
look at
had
this.
like this is an all-timer window. Like that's
So
that's crazy.
this is supposedly, well, realistically, all the players that they actually missed Cunha. So Cunha should
Yeah,
actually
that's what
be
I'm saying.
here.
Some are missing.
But that's 10 players. 10 players, including Cunha. So we have
He's out there too. He's out suggesting them as well. You don't even want to be there.
yeah, Isak's gonna leave.
You just wanna
We
be
get
there.
to Isak though with Liverpool.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Trafford went to Manchester City.
Mhm.
I didn't even see when they were linked to Gay, to be honest. I did not
Last
see that.
season. Last season, I think they put in a bid.
Yeah. Oh, Hoyt, of course, went to Real Madrid. João Pedro to Chelsea. Mbuemo to United. Kudus to Spurs. Sheshko to Manchester United. Dilap to Chelsea. And Ekitike to Liverpool. Do you think Newcastle is trying a bit too hard, or this is what they're supposed to be doing?
I think this is a bit disingenuous to Newcastle. I think oftentimes people just link players to club. Realistically, the only player that I would say that rejected Newcastle was maybe Ekitike and João Pedro to an extent.
No, they bid for Mbuemo.
Yeah, they did.
They bid for Mbuemo.
They did try for it, man.
They tried. No, realistically, they actually tried to get everyone right here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know about Gay.
Yeah, but
They
in the
did.
transfer window, like every club always state that they're interested in a player. I'm sure you can make something like this for United, where United hold interest in a player, and that player would have went to a next club. So
the bid for
difference is-
Sheshko, the bid for Mbuemo. They were going to bid for Kudos, but he said he only wanted to go to Spurs. The bid for Ekitike. I think they were linked to João Pedro. So
They
I'm not
bid for
going to say
Gay
them.
last year for 60 million.
the first striker that they were going for was João Pedro, right before
Yeah,
the Club
they
World
were.
Cup.
Yeah,
Yes,
João
that is
Pedro,
actually true.
And then he went
Yeah.
to Chelsea.
So honestly, everybody right here, they actually realistically tried to get, which
but in terms of Newcastle, I think it's good intention to get some of these guys, to be honest. It's just unfortunate that when the big clubs come knocking, players will tend to choose, the Chelsea and the United and the Liverpool in a sense. Ekitike was always going to choose Liverpool, Dilap was always going to choose Chelsea. I just think it's a case where, Newcastle, they have to ask themselves the question, how can we acquire quality players who can get us to the top in a sense, right? And to win trophies. And it is not something that they have done as yet. Sandro Tonali, when he would have left Milan, was unique due to financial difficulties. Isak Socia, that was a good acquisition in a sense. That was smart business.
Bruno Guimaraes,
he was a nobody to an extent when they would have acquired him. It's not like he was a top name in a sense in world football, right? He then became a top name at Newcastle United. So I think that is the smart kind of business that they'll have to do. If they try to go in for the likes of Mbuemo and there's no top club coming in for those guys, then obviously more than likely they will get players like those, but it's something that they need to figure out in terms of just trying to sign smartly in a sense, like what they did with
they
Bruno
need
Guimaraes.
squad depth.
That's the question that I'm asking. Did Newcastle jump the gun a bit too early trying to go after
definitely
these
though.
big players that big clubs want?
I mean, the thing is, nobody knew that some of these big clubs would have been interested in a sense, until they show interest. So it's like maybe Newcastle was the first club to show interest, right? Let's be honest. Was Liam Delap a big player at Ipswich? Like, when I say big player, like, was he like a name brand player? No. It was a guy who came up in the Prem first season, got relegated, and Newcastle was like, okay.
He wasn't like a
he was a prospect, So right. You can't beat them for trying, João Pedro was he a prospect in a sense? Maybe not, but he was kind of established at Brighton. So I think with them showing interest first is always a good thing in trying to get some of these guys, but then the big clubs come knocking. And I feel like big clubs have this thing where they scout from other teams where like, oh, this team is interested. Oh, let's get that player. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's true. I mean, that's what did. So
I think one of the best things which Newcastle have done is actually go early and chase these players down, get in pursuit of them. But the problem is they did not keep at it after the first bid was rejected, because they obviously knew that the Saudis are protecting them, right? They're backing them up. So they wanted more money out of them. They wanted to extract more from Newcastle. So Newcastle took offense out of it, and then their reps went on public, they went on air, and they claimed that this is what is happening with us. But anyhow, you still have another player called Anthony Elanga who played for United, right? He signed with Newcastle. I think he's brilliant, and that's a brilliant signing. But I think it's just a situation is as such. It's just circumstances have led them to forming their starting 11. But at the same time, I think they will get some players, bro. They're not gonna sit idle.
No, they
will get two
players.
strikers for sure.
Like they're in Champions League and their bench is looking like a bunch of academy players. Like that can't be.
They sign Ramsdale and
that too.
Them sign Ramsdale and Elanga. Those two, right?
That's all they signed. But if Sandro Tonali gets injured or something like that, you're playing Lewis Miley, and he just started his first season last season, like, and you're in the Champions League.
But you see, in terms of like the business that they've done recently, Anthony Gordon, right? That was a good acquisition because he was an up and coming player at Everton. He showed promise. Remember, at one point in time, Chelsea was linked with Anthony Gordon. Now, let's say that I think Chelsea even did bid for him, and the bid was rejected. So it's like they went in for somebody who was unknown to an extent, and here comes a big club also trying to get this guy. So it's like they tried their best this window, and it's just unfortunate that some of the big clubs would have been interested, but they've done good business in recent years. It's just unfortunate that the big clubs this time around was on the door knocking, and again, it's very hard for these guys to decline.
The only thing I could say, by the way, 40 million pounds. They signed a defender. Newcastle.
Yeah,
Tau from AC Milan. Yes.
Yeah, the defender from.
Good defender. That was today.
Yeah, that's today.
That was today.
Okay. But in terms of like the three signings that they have this window, Ramsdale for me was always a quality goalkeeper, right? In terms of how Mikel Arteta took him on the team, I think it was unfortunate.
I don't think he's gonna start though, because he's not better.
Ramsdale can easily start in Newcastle team. He's
not better than Pope. He's not better than Pope.
Bro, Ramsdale, if anything, is equal or better than Pope.
He's
Like,
not.
Ramsdale.
bro, hold on.
No.
Where do we get this?
Ramsdale.
Nick
No,
Pope
so-
was
so-
deemed
so-
to be one of the
Chatting,
best
bro.
in England after Pickford.
Bro, hold on.
No,
Where
No,
do we
let's
get
let's not
No,
let's
hold
not
on.
let's not get
This
silly.
man
Let's
is
not
You can't
get
really
silly.
say that,
No,
bro.
hold
You
on,
can't be saying that, bro.
Let me just land.
No.
Where do we? No.
No. That's complete
Listen.
bullshit, bro.
Hold
That's
on.
complete.
Hold on.
Ask Tatu has the best keeper in the Premier League.
Hold on.
No, I want to
listen,
start to, man.
this-
I want to start to talk, man.
No, listen. This can actually cause a fight because really and truly, the Ramsdale disrespect only came from when Mikel Arteta benched him for David Raya, right? That is where the disrespect started from.
No.
Aaron
no.
Ramsdale, hold on. Aaron Ramsdale at Arsenal. Name me all the mistakes that Ramsdale would have made at Arsenal. Aaron Ramsdale was the goalkeeper.
Too
that was
much.
trans-
There's
I
too
said
much
all,
in
as
him.
in, when I mean all, did Ramsdale make 10 mistakes at Arsenal? 10, 15
Yeah.
mistakes? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
bro,
Yes.
name
Bro.
me
To be
the
honest,
10.
honestly not.
Ramsdale.
He did not, but he
Bro,
doesn't have the attributes.
Bro,
name
Raya
me.
was better than him, bro. He got displaced by Raya.
you know it's bad when you have a keeper that admits that he can't focus for 90 minutes in a game.
That is crazy, by the way.
That is outrageous for a
Like-
keeper say that about himself. Nah, bro.
And
You
it
mad?
shows. And it shows.
Ramsdale?
It shows.
Better than Nick Pope?
3
Crazy.
repetitions.
Who's that?
Who you think?
This one here. This one here.
Ah! Kish! That
Yo.
just might mean your second.
Hold on. Google just said Aaron Ramsdale at his time at Arsenal was involved in two goal errors, right? So
Nah.
again, name me the 10, bro. Name me
No,
the 10
no,
or
no,
15
no, no.
mistakes.
Don't come for
Ramsdale,
don't
you know
draw
what
for
we're talking about here?
statistics because
No,
we know.
but you cannot say don't draw for statistics when I discuss Aaron Ramsdale.
no.
The fact of the matter is,
What
Alright,
a
alright.
error
So let me
leading
ask
to
you a
goal
question.
for
If
a
Ramsdale
keeper
wasn't
is
good, right?
No,
If
you know
Ramsdale
what?
wasn't
No.
Hold on.
Kish
If
has a point to make. Kish has a point to make. I'll tell you why. 1 point.
Bro, you don't
Ramsdale
disrespect,
is
man.
a sweeper keeper. Nick
Nah.
Pope is not comfortable with the ball at his feet. You
He's
need
not,
to notice that.
I'm
He's
not
not.
saying
Right.
that Ramsdale
But
is not
Arteta
good.
get rid of Ramsdale because him says he's not good with the ball at him feet. That's the reason why I'm getting
Okay, but
David
what
Raya.
I'm trying to say is,
True though.
let's not act as if Ramsdale was a bad goalkeeper at Arsenal. This man
He
played in the
wasn't
Champions
bad.
League. He was the goalkeeper that got Arsenal back into Champions League, right? Competing in a title race. And the messed up part about it is the disrespect. When Arsenal went into the title race that first season, right? Who would have thought that Arsenal would have been involved in a title race that season? Arsenal finished way out of top 4 that season, the previous season, and then obviously became a transformative team that season that they found themselves in the title race, right? So let's not disrespect Ramsdale, bro. Like, if anything, he's equal or better than Nick Pope in a sense, right? They're not far apart in terms of quality.
Kish, hold
Come
on,
on, guys.
Hold on, Tato. Kish. You tell me, say, you can have a goalkeeper at the Champions League level who goes in an interview and admits that he can't focus for 90 minutes in a game. And
Yeah,
you're telling me
obviously.
that is a Champions League level keeper.
I will crash out.
It was a bad thing to say, but you think maybe some players don't share the same sentiment. It's just that some players, they haven't made it public. It was a bad thing to say in public.
Another thing to point out. Kish, errors leading to goal are not counted how you think they are counted. They have to be directly involved in the error. Sometimes a keeper does something and you know so the keeper mess up, but it's not counted as an error leading to goal. So I'm not saying that he's a bad keeper. Nobody said that. We're talking about him compared to Nick Pope, and he is not Nick Pope level keeper. He's probably the level just below, but he's not a Nick Pope level keeper.
You think he's better than Emi Martinez?
No,
No,
bro.
No. I mean, he's overrated though. Still, he's
Yeah,
overrated.
he is, but he's not better than Emi Martinez. Like, I think Emi was on the
But
keeper.
is it fair to say that Emi
Ballon
Martinez?
d'Or?
Yeah. Him then
I don't know how him reached this.
Yeah.
I don't know how him reached this.
You need to have this conversation. Is it fair to say that Emi Martinez has a Konsa and a poor defense in front of him? Right. You need to think about that, because the number of chances that they concede is 1.5 times the amount of chances other Big Six teams concede. right?
Well, I agree to that because when I'm playing in Argentina jersey, when they're there for the backline, I'm not really get for face as much shots as what I'm team in front at Aston Villa. So I get that. But my view like him as a shot stopper himself, like when it comes down to him and his final chance, you have some of the time when he could have do better.
Well, to move on from the keeper conversation, with that talk about Newcastle. Final thoughts on a Newcastle, like where you expect them to finish like next season?
6th, 7th, maybe. Like,
Do you think Manchester United is going to finish ahead of them?
yeah.
Yes.
Everybody remember say Man Utd win the league.
No. Nah. Relax.
All right.
Kish,
Anyway.
Kish, Man Utd for the league, Kish. In God, John.
Anyway,
I think Newcastle is going to be behind Brighton, behind Aston Villa, behind Chelsea, and United. They're going to be 7th or 8th.
Damn.
Yeah.
Huh?
They feel like
I think Brighton will push ahead. Brighton have signed some good players too, by the way.
Brighton's a good team, man. They're a really
Yeah.
good team, man.
Liverpool though. Liverpool, the champions of England, the reigning champions at this moment in time, sign 4
Look at
players
this
so
guy.
far this
Look at
season.
guy, man. Look at this guy.
Gyokeres, Wirtz. I mean, I forget the next 2.
Frimpong and Eti.
Frimpong and Ekitike. No, talking about Liverpool, we all see the rumor of them hunting down Alexander Isak,
I think they'll get
which
him.
is actually outrageous, seeing the money where them spend already. But
Yeah.
Liverpool, want to think about the Liverpool going into this season, Arne Slot second season. Right now, we're going to talk about Liverpool without Isak, and then we'll kind of look at the possibility of them getting Isak. So, what do you expect from this upcoming season from a Liverpool team being the reigning champions?
Honestly, I think we've pushed the expectations high up the ceiling. Of course, people expect us to defend the title. But in all honesty, if you ask me as a fan, I think even if we don't win the Premier League this season, I'll be okay with that. And the reason for that is, I'll tell you why. I'm not trying to safeguard myself. I'll tell you why. Because this is the first time that we've influxed the squad with new transfers, and in order for the transfers to work, they might hit the ground running, they might not. You need to give them at least a season or 2 to get in sync with one another. Now we've seen that in the preseason they've been fantabulous, no doubt about that. They've been good, but Liverpool have changed the dynamics. They've changed the squad, the personnel. It is an entirely different team. Arne Slot, in a way, the relatively other teams were weaker in the last season for sure. That is guaranteed, which is why Liverpool won the Premier League. I'll give the flowers to Liverpool for that. Okay, we were the better out of the rest. But this season, everyone.
Hold on, repeat that. You said something about weak. No. It's not no laughing. Just repeat it.
Yeah, I think relatively the league became slightly weaker because of the lack of transfer activity last season. I think this season, even though Liverpool did not sign anyone barring Chiesa, still we won the league, right? So we have to give the flowers to Liverpool because they put in the hard work, right?
I don't buy into that notion. Whether teams, had a lack of transfers, it doesn't really matter. Nobody goes into a season telling the other 19 teams to be bad. I've seen seasons where United and City and every other team, they've done wonderful business. Everton, they've spent big money, and there's only one team that will be the winner. So nobody goes into a season being like, oh, other 19 teams, please be bad so that this one team can win. So whether or not teams had a lack of transfer signings in last summer's transfer window, the fact is Liverpool was better than the rest. People talk about, oh, Arsenal had injuries. Okay, fair enough. City was off it. Fair enough. Nobody wish that they would have had injuries or not do well in the transfer window. So listen, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I think you cannot put it that way. You just have to give your team 100%. Don't say that, oh, because other teams were bad. I mean, anybody that wins a league title is because other teams would have been bad, regardless if they did.
I get a point. So there are 2 ways about it.
Not necessarily.
There are 2 ways about it.
I mean,
in a league of 38 games, right? You get to play one team twice, right? United have ruined our reputation for being a stellar team. United ruined our fucking FA Cup chances. You guys ruined our chances of even getting the league title twice.
That's what we do.
Right, yeah. So flowers to you for that. But then at the same time, At the same time, this is a new season for Liverpool. You need to understand the stakes are high. Chelsea look like, oh, they won the Club World Cup, they won the Conference League. Look at the fans, bro. They're acting like Arsenal fans now. They're like, oh, you know what? We're on cloud 9. We're gonna win this. We're gonna win that.
Chelsea
Right?
fans are mad, bro.
United, on the other hand, you guys have made some big signings. Honestly, let me tell you one thing. In fact, if you look at my reels on Instagram, go to Instagram, check it out. I've been vouching for you guys. I've been saying you guys will be in a good position next season because of the signings that you have made. I've watched each and every game of yours in the preseason, bro. And you look better than what you were last season. So
Well,
teams are getting, let me complete the point. Teams are getting better this season, for sure. Chelsea, City is going to be better. Arsenal definitely going to be better, bro. Zubimendi is a tremendous holding midfielder.
That's
I
the
watched
that's
today's
the
game, by the way.
assumption. Every season in football, the assumption is that teams will get better. Let me tell you, with United, whether or not United signed Mbeumo, Benjamin Sesko, or Cunha, they have no choice but to finish higher up in the table.
Bro,
without
you didn't even watch a single preseason game, bro. What are you talking about?
Hold on.
Yeah, he didn't even watch a preseason game, man.
No. Don't believe him. I said I watched 3 games out of the 5.
Yeah, right.
3 out of the 5. Everton, Leeds, and West Ham, right? All I'm saying is, whether or not United made 3 signings, Ruben Amorim has no other choice but to finish in a better position than last season. The fact is, he should have never finished 15th last season. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care whether or not we sign players. This United squads last season, you can't tell me that Everton was better than United last season. They finished 13th. There are many teams that finish ahead of United that we as a team should be better than. That is a fact. A club like United doesn't finish 15th. It's just impossible. I mean, it happened, but come on, bro. Like, my point is, give Liverpool the 100% credit. The assumption is that teams will become better, but Chelsea could finish fucking 7th next season. You know, not because you sign players mean that you're just going to automatically improve. It doesn't work like that.
We have moved past that topic, by the way. I think all of us agree with the fact that Liverpool worked hard to get the title. We agree with that.
Ask that question. With all of the signing them wanna make, right? Like, I think like 2 nights ago, I realized that this probably can be a problem. You don't feel like you want a centre back because you sell Kunsa, you have Van Dijk and Konate, yes, but I feel like you're one injury away from having a very leaky back line.
Bang on. Here's your answer. If you let me complete. Defensively, we are not better than Arsenal. We are not better than City. We might not be better than United. You don't know. You have a regressing veteran who's turned into a fucking major general, Van Dijk, right? He's become an old man. You have a Konate who's on the verge of wanting to lead to fucking Real Madrid, traitor, right? You have new signings, Gyokeres, and you have a fucking Frimpong.
A right winger at right back.
So is Florian Wirtz a traitor?
And then the defensive.
Is
Florian that guy who gets ahead? He has a head loss. He'll just go ahead, bro. He doesn't give a fuck what is happening in the back.
But Yudi is Wirtz.
So Yudi, what me I say is, instead of Una go on this wild limb and I spend this 150 on Isak, you think it better for try to get 2 defenders with that money?
Yeah, I think honestly, if we don't get Isak, I would rather sign 1 defender and 1 more midfielder. Honestly,
would you rather sign a defender over Isak?
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, a defender and a midfielder. If it's
would you rather sign a defender and a midfielder over Isak?
Yeah, 200%.
So why do you feel why do you feel you need a midfielder as well, though?
Because you've seen last season, Gravenberch and McAllister couldn't carry us. Right now in the preseason, we saw that Soboslai was playing a role next to Gravenberch in the double pivot. It worked really well for us because we could see that Thiago Alcantara has come back to the club in the form of a coach. He's helping Soboslai out with he came back to the club.
So let me ask you this question. You talk about Isak, right? And you talk about the age in defense. What's going on with the wing, the left wing? I don't hear anybody talking about that.
The left wing, I'll tell you. Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, Gakpo. That's why I told you to watch the preseason.
And that new youngster you have, I forgot his name now, but
Rio Gumoha.
He's really good though.
We have 4 people who can play on the left wing. You need to watch the preseason.
Hold on.
I don't think attack is a problem for Liverpool.
One last point. Liverpool in attack is not a problem.
No. So let me say this, right? you purchased Florian Wirtz. Let's not put this thing about him playing out wide. You purchased him for the midfield, right? You guys talk about creativity central. That was a thing that was lacking under Jurgen Klopp. We all know that he was a workhorse midfield with Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and those guys, right? So you purchased Florian Wirtz. He's not predominantly a winger, right? Ekitike doesn't play out wide. Let's get this straight. You guys purchased him as a striker, right? So don't try to fool us. Maybe Cody Gakpo can play out wide.
He does play away though.
Bro, the guy played 5 games. You expect Hugo Ekitike to come in the Premier League and become this prolific winger on the left-hand side? Like,
No, but-
it's not
bro,
how it works, bro.
but I do
you know
think
Liverpool system? Let me explain the system to him. Liverpool work in a way where Gakpo in the left, Hugo Ekitike in the center, Salah on the right. Hugo Ekitike and Gakpo switch. Florian Wirtz
They do.
falls deep. Szoboszlai goes into a deep lying role now. He supplies the ball ahead. Wirtz touches the ball once, one touch football. He releases Gakpo into the wider space. And then Ekitike drives wide, Gakpo converges inside, and that's how we were playing. So it's trust me, tactics have turned the way we see football. So you need to watch the games in order to introspect what is really happening in the club. So
and
anyone in Liverpool, I'll tell you what, 6 players can play on the flanks. Szoboszlai as well can play on the flanks, bro. What matters is the technicality. Can you deliver the ball inside the box? Like Mbeumo today, bro. Mbeumo on every free kick, he was fantabulous. He was bang on, precise.
Every single one was like perfect.
Yeah,
was good.
and the thing is in a case, I feel like in my generation, which is where I live in now, what we learn from Spain and from Pep Guardiola is that say you don't really need wingers like that as long as they have a barrage, a midfielder we can. As where the others question for put the ball inside the box for the striker score. So I'm now say right wing, to me right wing Salah there is not a problem really and truly because we have players where them can probably fit in our system for make up the 11-man squad. Me feel like say them have more of either for defensive problem right now, honestly.
Yeah.
and although like people saying, oh, them never buy Florian Wirtz specifically as a left winger, but he does play there. So him going on, I gotta see him on the left wing.
Yeah,
Regardless.
on the wing.
I gotta see him there.
Them have so much price, them have McAllister.
I would take Harry Maguire at Liverpool, by the way. I'll take Harry Maguire.
40 mil.
No, I'll take him.
40 mil.
For why?
As
No,
a backup
that's not even 20
defender, I'll take Harry
First of
Maguire.
all, we're talking about a European finalist right here. We also talk about a World Cup semi-finalist. So I don't know why you want make it seem like say Maguire was not him. Maguire was him, bro.
Bro, yeah,
Liverpool,
Liverpool, just explain Mendy. Mendy went to a final.
Liverpool sold Kwanzaa for 40 mil. So we want 40 mil.
Bro, bro, it's like right now, Maguire have to go look work. Anyway, which one we are going next?
No, before we move on, right? So with this Florian Wirtz thing, what you're saying, Wirtz starts in the midfield and then drifts out wide to the left-hand side. That's what you're saying?
Wirtz. If you see his heat map, he plays all over now. If you're talking about attack, Wirtz falls in deep, right? He tries to link up. He's the orchestrator of the build-ups. He starts the first motion. He's the initiator of everything, right? So then he passes the ball to Szoboszlai or Gravenberch. Then he makes a run. He tries to go ahead in a 3-man attack, right? And then they pass. When the supply comes ahead, then he tries to get into the box. Wirtz has been seen in an avatar of a false 9 as a striker on the left wing, even on the right. So he's been given that free role, bro.
He's great from FPL. He's great from FPL, man.
He's done really well, by the way.
I think this is woke football, to be honest, man. Like,
woke football.
It is.
Like, no, tell me the guy's position is just a simple question.
He's
He's an attacking midfielder, but he plays multiple positions.
He has a free role.
That's nothing.
Calamity. Tell me one thing. If you're ambipedal, if you have ambipedality, you can play with both your feet. You are a magician with like Ozil. Ozil could play anywhere.
Think about him like Ousmane Dembele. Think about him like Ousmane.
So Ozil was a winger.
So
Ozil was a winger at Arsenal, right?
No.
Ozil played in the attacking midfield. He was a winger at Real Madrid.
Why?
No, it's not. No, KD Bruno is a 10. right?
Yeah.
Now he's at 8 in the system. So I just want to know which position Florian works. But I don't want to hear about man.
We don't know where he's going to play right now, but we're telling you what.
My
Wait,
simple thing
he's
is
a 10
he
though.
is
He
not
plays
a
10,
winger. That's
10,
the simple
10,
answer.
10.
He's not a winger.
In the 10
No,
free
hold on,
roll.
hold on. You
How
saying
many
no,
games?
hold
The
on.
fact is, my
You
question was
saying he's not a winger doesn't mean that he won't play on the wing.
no.
That's the
Okay, it
point.
doesn't mean that he no. Okay, it
Cristiano
doesn't mean that he,
Ronaldo, winger or forward?
what
Cristiano Ronaldo.
forward, winger, striker,
Did
anything.
it?
Wait, what? Wait.
See him as birds.
No,
Yes,
no, that's Ronaldo. Ronaldo is multifaceted in terms of no, but Ronaldo can
That's
play.
right.
No, but Ronaldo can play set position. You know what I'm saying? He can play the set position as a 9 and as a left winger. I'm saying with Luis Diaz departing, are we going to see Florian Wirtz lining up as a left winger, playing as a left winger,
We can.
not as a
Might be,
central?
Yeah,
might be,
you can.
No,
Yeah,
but
might
hold
be,
on.
might
So
be.
my point is not as a attacking 10 that is going to drift out wide. Because not to say, oh, somebody can play midfield and drift out wide. Obviously, that happens in football. My question is he going to be the starting left winger? Being a starting left winger and playing as,
No, he
a
won't. He
winger
won't be. No,
is different than a midfielder drifting out wide trying to play as a winger.
If
I would surprise.
If Gakpo or Ekitike they get injured, then he might have to.
Expect that for happen.
Yeah.
Like, just expect in some games. Because the team, you have to remember that, Kish. You have to remember that, Kish. In a... No, but let's say something about Man U, but then I don't want to piss off Calamity. You have to remember that, Kish. Say, you have... Nowadays, you have players where you have chum. You have fucking forget what I'm fucking I say. Sorry. Nowadays, bro, you have 38 games. You have half time one time. Slot, I gotta say, yo, today you play as the left winger. Some days I gotta be the attacking midfielder. But I feel like him main role are probably how I'm gonna do the system. Him probably, as I said, I gotta use him as a 10, but him I gotta drift that more to the left hand side.
But my point is not about him playing as a midfielder and drifting outward. I'm asking you the question: who is the left winger to replace Luis Diaz? That's my question. Because when you line up in a 4-3-3 formation,
there's no specific replacement for Diaz. Gakpo is there, going to take up that position.
Yeah, and remember, and what me I try to say, even if you watch Bayern Leverkusen, bro, him sometimes plays a second striker, a cam. Him always a drift to the left. Even when him play for Germany, him still drift. Most time game still a drift to the left. Forget
one of them. One of Musiala we start on the left and then them interchange or
interchange. Yeah, so that's happening in game.
Yeah, nobody knows that. But I'm saying the fact is he's not a winger. He's not an out and out winger.
But he's gonna start in number 10 and drift out wide. That's
so he's a 10. So yeah, that's the simple answer. Don't tell me say him play multiple positions. Him play one position
that can drift out wide. That's what's gonna happen. Simple.
Oh my god. Kish,
I mean, to move to
break up with someone. Kish, are you going through a breakup? Or what is going on? Yeah.
Listen,
bro, you sound frustrated, bro.
The way me see football is simple. You play one position and you deliver in that position, and that is it, bro. Simple as that. No. That's
football from the 70s.
KDB was
you
one.
Sound like Roy Hodgson. You sound like Roy Hodgson.
Yeah,
to move on the conversation though. Finally, like Liverpool repeating.
No.
One
thing. We can.
Man U winning the league.
Tatu will be celebrating the trophy by the end of the season. I think City, we are not expecting City to do anything. City are going to lift the trophy now.
Let me put it this way, right?
City are going to win it.
It would be a major failure if you guys don't repeat. Reason being, I think you said this on one of the shows recently. Liverpool, they've never repeated. They've never defended a league title, right? City, they've always done it. And if you guys consider yourselves the biggest club in England and one of the big clubs in Europe, you cannot invest this much money, especially if you get Alexander Isak and not defend the title. That is a massive failure in itself. You don't spend that much money.
That's just your agenda.
No, it's no, bro.
Ray will answer that question. Ray.
No.
He will answer that question, yeah.
No, but Calamity, you agreed with me, don't? Calamity, you agreed with me. United over the years, not in recent times, but under Fergie, defended their league title.
Agenda.
We became a superpower in England and in Europe. Real Madrid, Barcelona on occasions, they would have defended their league titles. So
it's an achievement.
I'm saying if Liverpool is going to talk about being one of the big clubs in Europe, which obviously they are, I'm saying You cannot spend this much money and not defend it. This is unprecedented spending by Liverpool. You don't sign Hugo Ekitike, you don't sign Isak, you don't sign Florian Wirtz and not defend the league title next season. That in itself is a failure.
Yeah, you signed Pogba, you signed
Hold on.
Lukaku, you signed
Hold on,
Neymar,
hold on,
you
echoing.
signed
we-
Ibrahimovic. What
That's
happened
that's
then?
that's
What
that's
happened then,
beside
bro?
the point. We
Nah,
never
that's
won the
not beside
league.
the point.
We
He's
never
talking
won
about
the
player
league.
valuations.
We
No.
did not won the league.
Come
The
on,
simple fact is when you win the league and then you sign or you're signing the type of players that you are signing, it should be an expectation to repeat. It should be. Somebody's
Yeah, that's what I said.
somebody's
Somebody's echoing. Somebody echoing.
Jerry, you having AirPods?
no.
Go through tattoo.
Okay.
First of all, that one I push by Liverpool, I'm not gonna go with it. Because when I bring up Fergie and I bring up what name again, Pep, when I realize that it's a two coach, when he get multiple time in the league for do what them I do. This is not first time, it is not just Liverpool, it is a slot. First time. So the team where him get and him get to win the league with. This is a team where the man I build now. So yes, I understand that the bag a big buy.
So tattoo, you don't think so after winning the league, the man would have gained experience in terms of knowing
No,
how to
what
win the
game
league.
expect? No, and you
So
know.
hold on, you win a league
Not to
title.
only one thing. These United fans are running an agenda because they
No.
feel butthurt. They
But
feel
Hold on,
Calamity,
hold
butthurt.
on,
They
hold
haven't
on,
won
hold on,
anything,
hold on.
bro.
Calamity,
They
Hold on.
pressurize them. Put the pressure
Tattoo.
on them. Put the pressure
Tattoo.
on them.
What you are saying is utter bullshit. It
No,
don't matter.
Calamity.
It don't matter.
Calamity, which coach
The-
come
the-
them
the- the-
first time I win it back to back? Different
But
from
that
the
doesn't
special
matter
one.
though.
Jose Marino.
That's not different from him, no, bro. If I
But
understand
that
enough.
doesn't matter.
Jose Marino as his stats, as his statue, as his credibility are behind him from Porto days. Remember,
Yeah.
like with just a no slot.
It
With
don't
Yeah,
just
matter
but
where
you
you
still go
know.
with league again. You
Yo,
still do it again, though.
bro, Slat could have come from Arnett Gado. It no
Yeah,
matter.
it don't matter.
No matter.
no, bro, but that kind of harsh. Like, but that's the English.
So tattoo, you're saying after winning the league title in his first season, the man didn't garner any experience in knowing how to win a league title.
The thing is, I not feel like one league season is saying that they have enough experience compared because majority of the coach them in the big six right now. I know all of them have the experience. You can't say
Arteta has all the experience in the world that can't win.
You can't different from Pep. Different from Pep. Looking at the big six team them right now. Who does have the experience? Have more than a 1 year experience in the Premier League as a coach.
Let me put it this way, right?
Different from Pep and Arteta.
You're not.
Let me put it this way.
Let me put it this way. You're not playing in the La Liga where you expect a Real Madrid to defend the title or Barcelona.
Yeah. If it was
You're
a Real
playing in the
Madrid,
Premier League.
Barcelona,
Anyone can win the title. Yeah, anyone can win it now. You can't expect who has been winning it. Man City, Liverpool.
Man City.
Where were you? Where are you, bro? 2014, 2012, nothing, bro.
If Klopp nobody come
what are you talking about defending the league title, man? Come on.
After 2020, me never hear nobody say Klopp is expected to win the league back to back. Me never hear that. So why is
What?
that to come under that?
When you never hear that?
You're mad.
What?
You're
Yeah,
mad. I don't know
crazy.
what
What do you
mean?
I don't
What do you mean?
know what.
I
No, no,
never
no.
hear
I
that.
don't know
Why
what.
do you
What?
expect Liverpool to defend the
No.
title?
What?
I never hear
Fucking
Klopp.
bullshit.
Me never hear that.
What Jerry say?
Dre, what else?
Agenda.
Alright, so even everyone. So when Klopp win it in 1920, remember say 99 points him did get. You see me? And that
99?
same season, 99
Yeah,
points him
99.
get.
Yeah.
You see me? So in the following season to come, remember say him sign Thiago, the body say you're Ray. I'm also signed Simicas, him also signed Jota in that time. So him add more firepower. You see me I say? And then of course, personally expect him say, yo, after you do 99 points and you do 97 the season before, you expect to be favorites slightly over Manchester City. You see me I say?
Slightly.
But slightly, in the slightest sense. But what compared to like no, we are just the outright favorite. I mean, it to me at the same expectation. Even if you know make a signing, because I think Slaughter the first Premier League coach. I think if my memory serves me right, will win the Premier League without signing. I have a major signing and use him effectively. Everybody else do it. Conte do it. Pep do it. What name? Jose Mourinho
Correct.
do it.
Bang on.
Is it
Yeah.
messy? So,
Even the first
so
Premier League that we won, we didn't have any major signing. Yeah, bang on.
Tattoo.
Bang
Yeah,
on.
but
So-
my thing is, we
Let me
just
tell you
can't.
this.
We just
You see, once you become league champions, your expectation should always be to win the league the next season. No matter
Well,
And
what.
especially with the
no,
money
the
that they
pressure
spend.
was no. Kish, there's something
Let me ask you this question: Is
Fine.
Florian Wirtz?
Him
Is
say
this
alright, Kish, I'm gonna ask you. Between Slot or Arteta, which one of them you think will come under more pressure if they don't win the league?
Arteta.
No,
No,
Slot
Arteta.
is not under pressure. The question
Arteta.
wasn't about pressure.
No.
Arteta's gonna get the
Kish,
sack
I never-
if it isn't
Kish,
winning.
Kish,
Yeah,
I want
the
Kish,
main
them
point
answer
is-
that right
No,
now.
No, the
main
question
point
is
is,
not
right?
about pressure.
Tattoo?
No,
The
I
main
don't want
point is
question you ask Calamity what him say.
Tattoo. The main point is right. The mere fact.
Kish, didn't you say him go under the most pressure? Didn't you say
never
that?
said that. Me never said that.
Where you hear that from?
I never. I
What a
didn't say
liar!
that he was
What a
under the
liar!
most
Blatantly
pressure.
I don't know.
lying.
Me never hear that.
Yeah.
Me never.
Never
I didn't say that. I
What
didn't
are
say
they?
that. I didn't say that the man is under the most pressure out of him or Arteta are under the most pressure.
Elliot,
Me never said that.
what
Yo.
did Kish say?
Well, I give you honest, right? The man said that Slot me under pressure if you don't win. Right.
Thank
No, me
you.
never said. Me
I
never said the
thank
man is
you.
under pressure.
That
Me
is
said
hold
it-
on,
I
hold
said-
on,
I
hold
said
on,
it was
hold
a
on.
massive
I don't-
failure.
Hold on. That's not him never say him under the most pressure though.
Yeah, me
Him
never
say
said
he
that.
should
I
be.
didn't say most
Why?
pressure. If
Him
Slot
never
under
say
pressure,
most.
he doesn't win.
Him never say most. And that is a fair statement. He should and she should be under pressure to win the league.
No, Calamity,
He
there's
should.
no way a man.
But
So
he-
There's
Tattoo.
no way a
So
coach
Tattoo.
come in, win the
So
league.
Tattoo, let me ask you this
You
question.
have Robert Mancini. You have
You think
remember
Robert
again?
Mancini never
But you
expected to
can't
win the
spend
league the next year?
150 million.
So-
When
so
in
Tattoo,
a
let me ask you-
2012.
You have
all this
so
shit,
many
and
coaches
then
coming in first season, them win it,
Bro.
and then bro,
So
like
Tattoo,
we
let me
don't
ask you
think
this
it's supposed
question,
to
right?
add
When
firepower.
Usain Bolt won
Bro,
his
should've
first
given-
Olympic gold medal in Beijing, right? In first Olympic gold medal, right? A gold medal, break the world record 9.58. When the man went into the London Olympics, right? Because I think before the Beijing Olympics, Athens, Usain Bolt was a massive failure, right? Him got Beijing, him win the gold medal, him set the world record, right? You're thinking of the London Olympics, there was no pressure on Usain Bolt, despite
Tattoo.
him just coming on the scene.
After
There was
him
pressure on
just
the man
lose-
to defend the 100
after
meter
him just
title.
lose to Johan too. After him just lose
Exactly,
to
and he
Johan.
went on to set a Olympic record. So the mere fact is, Arne Slot won the league in his first season, right? Fair enough, props to him. But when you spend big money like this on Hugo Ekitike, matter of fact, the
Exactly.
guys, Liverpool
wait,
not even
wait,
didn't
wait,
want
wait,
Hugo
wait, wait.
Ekitike. Hold on, let me
Well,
finish.
no, wait.
Tattoo.
What do you?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
money,
no.
you can't
Wait.
spend that much and not want to win the league, bro.
Wait.
Yeah,
Think
only
about
way
this.
I will
What
see
if-
you under
what if
pressure. I
Liverpool-
can finish out the top 5. Yeah, the only way
Yeah,
me
exactly.
see
Yeah.
you under
What if-
pressure. I
That
can
is
finish
what
out
if-
the top
bullshit.
5.
Okay, hear me out.
That's
What
I
if?
have to say.
What if?
Calamity
Hear me out.
and
Tattoo, relax,
Kish
relax,
have
calm
an
down.
agenda against my Liverpool.
Yeah. I know. Okay, what if Liverpool come third, but win the Champions
Exactly.
League?
If them come third,
What
but
if we
can't
win-
see them under
That's
pressure.
Even
Yo,
the
what if he
Champions
wins the
League,
Champions League, bro?
No,
That's
that's
enough.
different when you're going
Why?
to add a trophy. It's a different conversation.
Oh my! What are
It is
you
a
talking
different
about?
conversation.
He deserved to
When
win the
you're
league, bro.
adding
He
a
should win
trophy,
this
bro. But
To win,
Tattoo,
if you
do
win
you
the
think
Champions
that
League, but not the league, bro. Come on.
no? Because the Champions League is equally as good, if not greater. So it's a different conversation, bro.
But in a sense, I
So-
kind of see what you're saying, though, because you win the Champions League. That's still a big thing, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
how
third
it's-
in the
yeah,
league.
yeah, yeah.
It's
True,
equal.
but I
It's not
feel
greater.
like part
You know?
in everything, in all truth and honesty, I feel like if you spend near £500 million on world class signing, you're under the most pressure. You're under the, and me attack it. You're under the
Andre
most
is a
pressure.
Liverpool
Honest that-
fan.
No, but may I be honest? Remember saying you sign, you do a world record, English
Premier League
record
record.
breaker
You might do it twice.
with
You might do
Wirtz.
it twice.
Then you sign a striker for 90, right? Then you sign a wing back, a left back, and a
And a
right
wing
back.
back,
Two
yeah,
left back
yeah.
and
Right,
back.
and
you
then
go for
you also
Ekitike.
remember you're also
Isak.
looking to add. You're also looking to add
To add Isak,
at least
another
two
pressure
centre
guy.
back and I try get Isak as well.
Yeah.
So you're under the most pressure, brother.
And
But if
Come on,
but
bro.
hear the thing. But the thing is, I'ma feel like if Liverpool don't win it, even though he's under the most pressure, I'm not gonna say the most because I should say
Yeah,
under
that's
pressure,
the
but
thing. That's
I
the
don't
thing.
think he's under the most pressure. I don't think he's under the most pressure because the most pressure gonna come from an Arsenal person because Arteta supposed to win it. But
I'll tell you
if
something
you
great, great.
but
Great,
but
I'll tell you something,
if you
bro.
don't,
Yeah.
but I feel like if you spend all that money and don't even win one trophy,
It's mad. It's
That is
mad.
different. Yeah, that
honest.
is different.
Madness.
That is
You,
different.
you,
You
Tattoo,
got to-
Tattoo. Mama tell us something. You seen in 2012 when Mancini win the league,
Mhm.
he was expected to go back to back. And then
Mm.
Fergie win the league in 2013, 12 points above him, and him get sacked that May for not winning the league. So when you feel like say a manager win the league and the owners now say, all right, we win the league, we'll do it again. And that's the expectation when you win the league. Do it again.
Oh, Pep
Look,
did it.
I know the
Back to
expectation is
back
going to
Pep
be
go,
there
right?
to
Pep
win the
go back
league,
to
right?
back, though. A back to
The
back. Pep go
expectation is
back to
going to be
back.
there to win the
In
league.
a
But I'll tell you one
2018
thing.
and
I'll
then
tell you one thing,
2019,
right?
yeah.
19, yeah, Pep
Liverpool,
go back to back.
I'll tell you, this is a fact, okay? It doesn't matter what we think.
Pep win four
I'll
in
tell
a
you what,
row,
Liverpool, if you don't get to win 2 Premier Leagues back to back in the next 2 seasons, Arne Slot is still going to be at the club. I'm telling
I'm
you
gonna
this in
disagree with
writing.
that. I
Arne
don't
Slot,
Yeah, I
disagree
know
with
the
if he
that.
cause
doesn't
yeah,
win
I
the
can
Premier League,
I don't
he's
think
going to
he
be
gets
still
that.
at the club. He's
He
going
won't
to,
get that.
and I'm telling you this, we might win an FA Cup, Carabao, or a UCL, but I'm telling you this, the Premier League is an open race. There are competitive teams out there, and we respect everyone. And I'm telling you, it's an open race, right? So City, Chelsea, Arsenal, everyone
Let me
has a
put it this
shot
way,
at it.
right? After winning the Premier League title and after all this heavy investment, what do you think the message of the Liverpool board is to Arne Slot?
Come
What?
second. Come
Trophies,
third.
You
brother.
think that's
You've
the
done
message?
well.
Trophies.
Thank you for
If,
doing
if
this.
you
Top
know,
four.
if
I feel like top
the
four.
target is
Bro, that's
obvious to win the Premier League
disgusting,
title
bro.
next season, right?
That is
So if it
The
doesn't
disgusting.
win the
target
Premier
is to
League
win
title,
the UCL.
no, listen.
The UCL.
Every
Yeah.
team has
You,
a
tell me when.
expectation.
Okay, when will Arne
No,
Slot
let me,
get
let me
sacked?
just say, let me just say
No,
this.
no, no,
Every
no. Tell
team,
me when will Arne Slot get sacked? You tell me
bro,
that.
I'm not talking about him being sacked. If he
Exactly.
doesn't,
So what is
but,
the
but
point?
listen,
What's the
No,
point?
but listen,
what is
not
the
because
point?
he doesn't,
you're
bro. Not
missing the point of the
What is the
conversation.
point?
It's
if he
not about
doesn't
him getting sacked. It's not
exactly.
about him getting sacked.
Yo,
It's about
sorry,
go on,
continue,
So
go
what is
Kala.
the
on,
point
Dre.
of
Finish.
discussing someone backing a title? What is the
You
point
did.
of that?
Nobody's
Because
saying he will be sacked. The man won the title last season. If he doesn't win the next season, he's not going to be sacked. The point is the expectation after all this heavy investment is to win the Premier League title. If it doesn't happen, he didn't meet the expectation of winning the Premier League title, and that in
For that
itself is a
season.
failure.
A
It is
failure.
simple as
simple,
that.
Right.
Okay,
He's
fair
not going to
simple.
be
enough. Fair
sacked
enough.
for
I
that.
Fair enough.
agree.
Fair enough. No,
I
I agree
agree.
with that.
Unless the man
I
finish
agree
Nah,
like
with that.
maybe
Fair enough.
10th or something like that,
bizarre.
which is not going to
That
So,
is
happen.
bizarre.
so
Yudi,
Pep.
you no, me I say you in
Dre.
all truth. Me understand what Pressa say, but in all truth, the expectation of the club, the ethos and the culture of the club change now. You see me I say particularly seeing that, and I no disrespect to Pep, like Man City is at their most vulnerable because them don't look like the Man City of old. Look like, I don't know. You see, we don't know yet. And Arsenal, me feel like just like with Arsenal, like yes, there's a cycle in football where you can like you reach, and if you not catch your opportunity and win a trophy,
That
it's
go there.
hard. It
I
have
think
a go
Arsenal
in the
missed
field.
it. I think they missed it.
I'm a feel like Arsenal just reach that and now start decline. Compared to Liverpool
Correct.
now, who wasn't supposed to win last year because really Arsenal known for win, and them lose that. And then now the fact that now John Henry and the whole of FSG say like, guess what? If the opportunity is there for a team to dominate England, like how Manchester United do it for much years, then take the opportunity, brother. You win and you go win again and you win again. You see me? That's the only way. You can't have Adidas as a sponsor and for 600 million over 10 years, and just this summer you reach a 600 million threshold already in a shirt sales. Brother, a dominance. So
And
if
I
you don't,
understand that.
me I go,
Okay.
so
me I
if
make
you
a
don't
go
win,
to
that's
But okay, I get it. The expectation is there for
Expectation will
Liverpool
be
to
there,
win the
but
league. Wait, the expectation is there. But even if we don't win the league, it's not going to be a failure.
a
It won't
failure.
be a
Yeah,
failure.
that's not
no,
my
it
view.
is a failure.
no,
No,
it's
it
a
is not.
failure. It's a
It's a
failure. I
failure,
think it's a
bro.
failure.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's
It's a
not.
failure.
Come
failure.
See,
on.
Bro,
bro,
how
bro. Hold on.
so
When
it's a
you
failure.
do not, when
Bizarre, bro.
what
If
is
you run like
what
a
is
The
Premier
failure?
League,
league is
Mama
a
finish.
20-team
Mama
league. It is
finish.
not a
Sorry.
5-team
Let me
league,
finish.
man.
If
What
I
are
Let
go,
me
you
if it
finish.
was
talking about?
trophyless, I would say
Hey,
it's a failure.
let me
You
finish.
go trophy.
What
Let's
Hey,
go.
is
Go
hey,
to
hey.
failure?
trophy.
Do you know
What?
United have signed so many players, 300 million pounds they've
And
spent?
Manchester United has
Wait,
Brother,
failed over the years.
Last
so
but them
season,
what?
bro.
feel.
Our
Yeah,
expectations
No,
might be
Doesn't
low.
Manchester
matter.
United
City,
has
We know
City
failed.
man
has
who been a
Yudi,
250
failure
Yudi,
million
now.
Not the
pounds too.
same,
What about
bro.
them?
Yudi. What may I say?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean for cut a calamity. Yudi, this is what I say. You have won the league. You have spent hundreds of millions of pounds to win, to go back to back, and hopefully even go three-peat. If you don't win the most important trophy, not Champions League, your domestic league, it's a failure. You are
It is a
outright a
failure.
favorite. If you're outright favorite, not
Bro,
Do
major
you
you're being
favorite
too
or
harsh,
hint.
bro.
do you
You
No,
do
I'm not
you do
harsh at the
you
have
reality.
to
At the
Harsh, not
reality.
harsh. You
Fergie
just
era.
spent
At the
you spent
reality.
300 million.
Yeah.
At the reality.
To me,
And
at
same
this
thing
The
with
point,
Sir
reality
Alex.
is that Liverpool
like
used to
Liverpool
struggle
and
a
a
lot
more
before
for the Arsenal.
2014. The reality,
no
I'll tell
no
you, we are
We
not Man
can.
United. We had a historic feat during the 80s and the 70s, right? But after that, Liverpool have not seen success without a league title for 30 years, and you're expecting us to win back-to-back leagues. That's bizarre. We are not a United who
So
won 12
Calamity,
league
so
titles
But when have you ever
on the
spent this
go.
amount of
So
money?
Calamity, look
When
at
have
this.
you
Calamity,
ever spent this amount
you're
of
going
money?
to a transfer window, right? You lose strength, you're replacing with
You
Frimpong.
you gotta
Fair
be
enough,
you
right?
gotta be
Hold
you gotta
on,
be
Yudi.
humble. You gotta be grounded. You gotta respect other oppositions in the league to have a chance to have a go at it. That's why I don't think that
Dre,
Liverpool.
Alright.
I'm keeping it open. Yeah.
Dre, look
Alright.
at it this way, right? You signed Gyokeres, you signed Frimpong, you signed Florian Wirtz. You guys weren't even linked with Hugo Ekitike, right? People are questioning the game time that Ekitike will be getting next season, right? You guys are still going after Alexander Isak. And you're telling me, after spending upwards of maybe 400 million British pounds, maybe sign Isak for a club transfer record, Premier League record, and the expectation is not to win the Premier League next season?
Think
Come
about
on,
it.
man. Come
No,
on.
Think
what
about
do you
it.
mean
Hold
the
on.
expectation?
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
we
on.
get
words.
Isak,
What are we talking
Think
if we
about?
about
get
it.
Isak, yes.
No.
Think
If
about
we
it.
get Isak, we are
Think
gonna win
about
the
it.
league. I'll tell you
Hold
that
on.
on your face. If we get Isak, we are winning the league. I'm telling you that.
I
Okay.
believe that
Even
as
though,
well.
Alright.
yeah,
Me
but
like
even with
that.
it,
If
Me like
got
that.
you, got
But
Calamity.
you should be
him
saying
right now.
even without Isak. But you should be saying that. But think
No,
about it,
no,
bro.
no, no.
If
Bro, we haven't spent £1 billion like Chelsea. Yeah, come on, be
no,
honest, be real.
no. And if you ask me, Chelsea has been
Yeah.
failing. Chelsea have been failing. But
Exactly. Yeah,
if
they
we're
are.
if we're talking about signing Alexander Isak, that's breaking the Premier League record twice in one season. Has that ever been done? I don't remember.
No.
By the
Nope.
same team, has that ever been done?
Never.
That's what I was
Never.
asking. It's never been done before. It's
Never,
this,
never,
So
That's crazy.
never.
are you going to really look at me and tell me, say the Liverpool board, they won the league last season, albeit not expecting to, but they did, and they go ahead and make 4 signings and chasing a second transfer record fee, and then they're going to look at Slot and say, well, your objective for the season is to come top 4.
No,
You-
Calamity.
No,
We never
no.
say the objective is
No.
going to be for come top 4.
No.
But the pressure I feel like
Mm.
gonna put them under if them don't win it. I feel like it's a bit too much. I feel like
So, Calamity,
gonna put them
if
under
you
more
don't meet
pressure
the
than
objective in life,
Arteta for under. I'm ask Kish that and Kish say yes. If
I
and
never
them
said
if
that. So,
under
Calamity, let me
more
ask,
pressure
I mean, Tatu, let me
than
ask you a
Arteta.
question. If you look at girl, right? I know
Jesus.
get her. What me do so?
You feel?
You doesn't mean you feel. You don't really mean you feel.
That's
You
all.
might get her somewhere down the line.
If
You probably
everybody
who
in
you
life,
want.
hold on,
in
hold
that
on,
moment,
Calamity,
in that
Calamity,
moment, you
I mean, Tatu, everybody in life has an objective. You have a YouTube channel. You say to yourself, you want to get to 1,000 subscribers in 1 year. If it doesn't happen in 1 year, you fail to
You
meet the
fail.
objective.
You
So you
fail
fail.
to meet
You
the
fail to meet the
Even if
objective.
I put in, well, I understand that. I understand that. I understand all yes.
Bro, whether you put in the work or not, bro, you didn't meet the objective, so you fail. That's just life. Failing isn't a bad thing, bro. What sometimes you try your best, you fail. You just didn't meet the objective.
And what I'm telling you is, when I say what you're saying, it says wrong. But the pressure where you as a go under more than Arteta,
I didn't,
me
bro. I
consider.
Nobody
didn't say
said
that the
that.
man was
No,
under
nobody
more
never
than
said.
Nobody
Arteta.
never
I
said
didn't
that.
say that.
Man never
Nobody
said
said
that.
Yes, you
Tell me one
Kish, yes,
manager.
you.
Bro,
Tell me
I
one
mean,
manager who came to the
Tatu,
club
I mean,
without any name,
Calamity,
without
put
any
out
wait.
there so we can always
Tell
watch
me
him.
one manager
Nobody
who
said
came to
that.
the club without a
Nobody said
name,
that.
without any prestige, without any respect. No one knew him. Tell me one manager in the last 40 years who's won the Premier League without his players, without his transfers. And you're telling me it's going to be a failure. This is a project that we are talking about. It's
That
going
was
to be a
last
sport
season.
we are
But
This
talking.
is
Yudi,
this
This is not.
season.
This is not a fucking circus. Yeah,
That was
really
last
expecting a
season,
manager to
Yudi.
hit the ground running, bro.
Yudi.
You need to be composed. No. I'm sorry.
Listen,
I
you must win the
completely
league.
disagree with you
You
guys.
must.
This is
Hold
a
on,
It's
project.
not a debate. You
so,
Let
must.
me ask one
so,
question.
so,
Let me ask
Jay,
one
so,
question.
Jay,
What,
In
y'all
our
let me-
opinions, you know what? You
We're
guys,
all debating this.
you guys sound
hold on,
like
Tatu.
Ada,
you guys sound like
another
Eddie
quote.
Murphy
Ada another quote.
and
Ada
Jim
another quote.
Carrey from Dumb and Dumber. That's how it's all illogical. It's
So,
all an
Tatu,
agenda.
It's
bro.
illogical to think.
Yudi.
So, Tatu, may I have
Yudi,
one question,
Yudi.
Tatu, before I go forward? What is the expectation of Real Madrid next season?
Our expectation of them.
Yeah,
Who
with
in the
Xavi
league?
Alonso.
Expectation is
Who in
to
the league?
compete and play the best football.
And if he doesn't meet that
Yeah.
expectation with the likes of Kylian
Them not gonna
Mbappe,
sack him.
no, bro,
Alright,
nobody's saying that he's going to be sacked. But if he
Alright,
doesn't,
yeah. For
hold
win
on,
the league,
answer my
but
question,
nothing-
Tatu, hold on,
nothing-
man.
alright, hold on,
Tatu,
no,
hold
this
on,
is enough.
Tatu, hold on. When you have somebody generational like Mbappe, you have your Vinicius, your Rodrigo, and those guys, right? Do you think the expectation of Real Madrid is to win the league next season? Yes or no?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay, if it hold on.
Bro,
If it- Hold on.
it's a
If
league.
it
That's
doesn't
a form
happen,
of
what would
league.
they deem
It's
that
Real
as?
Madrid or Barcelona. That's it.
What?
If it
Hold
doesn't
on,
happen,
Yudi.
what is that called? A failure, right? He failed.
Can call it so yes.
So
But
what's the difference
honestly,
with
like,
Liverpool?
no,
What's the difference
like,
with
Real
Liverpool?
Madrid, Real Madrid situation is different from Arne's situation. Honestly,
Oh,
I think it's where different. I feel like it's a bit more
what do you
even.
mean? What do you
But
mean?
Dre, but the question me I say is, cause after Pep 4-peat, I don't feel like after the season done in the board meet, them look on Pep and say, you feel? I don't feel so.
Huh?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you
After
feel?
I'm 4P. Yes, I
You
mean
still
last season.
feel? You still
Yeah,
feel?
last season, feel them look on them and say,
Last
yo.
season, of course, him feel.
Of course, him feel.
Of course.
No, but
So-
they
But
say
they are reasons. But hold on. Yeah, but there are also reasons.
Come across to him. The friend
Huh?
come across to him
Brother,
like that.
him have enough
Them not-
credit in the bank.
them not-
Him can't
hold
get
on.
him.
Them
Sorry,
not
me
go
not me fuck-
directly. Them not go directly look on Pep and say, Pep, you know, say you feel and this and that and that. Them probably say, you know, as a team this season, we fail to meet our objective. That is how
Yeah,
they're
and
going
that's
to
pretty much it. Because you have credit in the bank. What me I tell you is that, yo, I understand in terms of where 10 years ago Liverpool were underdogs. And I understand in the 70s and 80s Liverpool they dominate. But brother,
I
we in
don't
the
think Liverpool
20s.
was ever underdog, but yeah, continue.
No man,
No,
compared
yeah.
to previous seasons, we were
Like-
underdogs. We were underdogs for a while.
one
But what may I
point,
say
at one point.
at one point? But what may I say is in this current climate, in this current stage of where Liverpool are in the project, you are one of the best top 5 English team in the world where players want to come to. There's no underdog anymore. I understand, and I'm never going to take away the legacy of Klopp. And I love how Klopp say we are the underdogs because we can't spend as much money as whatever. This season, we did spend that money, even though it's not like the Chelsea. But we as a Liverpool club are no more underdogs, fam. We are dogs. You see me? We are lion. We kill.
Roar
So I understand what you
You
there.
know
Think
what?
you're the bigger lion, you know.
I would have agreed. We are dogs for sure, but I would have agreed if we had a Luis Diaz at the club. We sold Luis Diaz. We sold Darwin Nunes too. Tell me what is the depth in Liverpool right now? Harvey Elliott and Gumoha, Ben Doak. You tell me the
Why are you
attacking
mentioning
lineup
those
depth.
three?
Well,
You have
Tell
Salah,
me
you
what
have
I-
Salah, you have Salah, you
Depth.
have Verts, you have
People on the bench.
Ekitike,
People on the bench.
you have-
take out my G.
and also
we don't spend
Sorry.
95
Go on,
but anything I deposit.
Curtis,
a
Jerome.
ball of that, man. A ball of that.
Ball
We
of
can
what?
promise you that. A ball of that.
We
Man,
don't have any depth.
Man, them. We have to move on from this Liverpool conversation. We have to finish it off. But they want to talk about potential FC.
Yeah,
we
they
have
want
to-
about potential FC, but no potential.
What potential FC?
Chelsea, man.
Once they use a potential FC,
I thought we were say Arsenal, but
Alone potential
No,
Chelsea
man.
having.
Chelsea
Tell me-
always buy the ball of them with a potential. Them not buying nobody if they say, yo, I feel no. For ask Calamity about them, so I feel like Chelsea is on a 5-year planning. I swear. Everybody them buy for the future.
yeah, but Caicedo's one of the best midfielders in the world. You know what I'm saying? Palmer's
Yeah,
up
but
there.
them
Sure.
never buy.
Caicedo what?
when
Stop
the-
now. Caicedo what?
Where's the Caicedo?
He's one of the best
You say
midfielders in the
Caicedo?
world. He's one of the best
Caicedo,
midfielders in the
one of
world.
the best
Caicedo.
players in the world.
Well,
In the
yes,
world?
Right now, you're right.
One of the best
In the
midfielders
world?
The top 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is as a DM. If I DM them at top, Jure, if I
In
DM,
Bro,
yes,
Caicedo right now is top
in
2
the world.
DM.
Top
Caicedo
2
right now is
DM?
top
He's
2.
top two.
Yeah,
No,
Top
he's
among the
two.
top 5. Yeah,
name
among
3
the
DMs
top
better
5.
than him right
No
now.
way, bro.
You
What?
can't.
Bro,
Can't.
you messing up. You messing up. I'm not entertain a conversation. I'm not entertain a conversation. The conversation bigger than me.
Alright, Jure, give me
What?
5 DM. Give me 5 DM and take Caicedo out of it. Half of your head right now.
Zubimendi.
What?
Pack it up. Pack it
No,
up.
Mendy's
Pack
still-
it up.
Rodri.
Right.
Zubimendi.
Rodri.
Rodri.
Palhinha.
You have Palhinha one.
Palhinha.
Also, me I go put the ball in himself. Me I go put the ball in himself for play DM as well. De Jong. Cause De Jong play DM for Barca as well. And
Hold on.
line me I tell.
You say, which party now, Nata?
Which other Palhinha we did at Bayern?
The Bayern who
Wait,
joined.
I know.
The Palhinha who
Caicedo.
went from Fulham. Have you seen him play? Have you seen it?
All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Hold on.
So my question is, how Caicedo reach? Hold on. Let me ask.
Hold on. No,
Hold on. I'm gonna ask Pressa. I'm gonna ask Pressa too. What makes you? What makes Caicedo one of the best DM in the
No,
world?
but let me
When
just
you-
say,
Because for the last
Everything
2
about the
seasons,
game, he wins by the ball.
hold on.
for the last
Yudi
2
is here
seasons, he
acting.
has been among the top 2 best. Top.
But Tattoo, watch out, Tattoo. Yudi there act like a fool in terms of not admitting both failure, right? And then this man come join the man in the tomfoolery. Paulina never work out at Bayern. Gone to a
Never
low
work out.
level.
He never
Oh
work
my
out.
Gone
God.
to a
You know
low
what,
level.
Andre,
Hold
Andre,
on,
Andre,
hold on.
I'll tell you what.
Paulina is good.
Andre, listen,
Paulina
I'll tell
is
you what.
good.
These guys,
Is
This is
good,
not
but
happening.
him
Let me
not-
ask you.
How
So
easy
let me
it
ask you
consistently
this.
played well
So
for
if
Fulham,
hold on,
right?
me
Wait.
ask you this.
Caicedo was a one-season wonder. One season he performed well. You
No,
guys
2 seasons
jump on the
now.
bandwagon.
can I
Caicedo-
ask?
You
What?
guys
No,
Me,
jump
me
on the
ga
Caicedo
ask,
is
bandwagon.
from
me ga
Ramsdale.
ask Uno. Me ask Uno. What makes you a good game? Is it a case of you tackle and then move the ball, or is as in tackle you're a destroyer like Casemiro, or is a case like you're a Rodri or Busquets where you're able to be press resistant and move the ball around? What is
Bro,
your
it's
game?
everything.
Positional sense too,
It's
bro.
everything
Positional
where
sense
just
is a huge
list
thing as well.
Caicedo have a bit of each, and him work rate in the midfield always.
And he
cover
does it
for
to an
Chelsea.
elite level.
But
He's
the
a
last
very
2
good
seasons-
8. He's a defensive 8, and I mean says a 6.
No.
If me
No, what you mean him is bro?
So, alright, what-
Somebody at the 8. When name again? We don't even know if we call him a 8.
Enzo.
Reinders,
At this
Enzo.
point, we don't even know Enzo.
Enzo at 10. Enzo is a
Enzo is
defensive
no.
Enzo pick
10.
up on the bench.
Enzo is a defensive 10.
Enzo's a bench. But anyway, bro, Caicedo, I
Enzo
feel like
is-
when I look in the
Enzo
crop
is-
of, as I said, this trier at the ball, distribute it, control the midfield. Like, I feel like for the last 2 seasons, at Chelsea
Oh my
sitting
God.
down right above.
Bro, maybe
right?
one season that was sporadically.
Listen,
One
listen,
season.
listen, fam. And with all due respect, Caicedo is a very,
Who
very
Richard
good
Joe
baller.
Paulina, bro. That's how my brain can't wrap my
My
brain
thing
around.
is,
you don't watch-
my
that's
thing is,
because you don't watch Fulham.
you know who me call a great defensive midfielder, one who can able, as you said, distribute the ball, but able to dictate the play. And me that say Adam Wharton is a better defensive midfielder than Caicedo. Adam Wharton will play for Crystal Palace.
Word.
Ball of that. And this
Adam
is the
Wharton
same.
a
This is
baller.
Adam Wharton.
I'm not going to
Declan Rice,
disagree with
Zubimendi,
Adam
Adam
Wharton,
Wharton,
a baller. I'm not
McAllister.
disagree with that.
Better than
But
Zubimendi for. Who
But
else?
based on performance, come on, Trey, for the
Better than
last 2 seasons.
Caicedo.
Come
It's-
on, bro.
Brother, Chelsea's standard our standard of play has been poor. Remember saying
No,
Chelsea.
but he has been
We're
standout
talking about
one.
Caicedo.
We are talking about Caicedo,
Who-
not
who-
Chelsea.
Who was your top?
Would you take Caicedo out, put Caicedo in your squad and take out Rodri?
No, that is
No,
no.
but
exactly
That's
my
not
point.
top 5. I never
No,
said
exactly
number
my point.
one.
No,
I said
no,
top
no.
5.
Exactly my point.
That is not a no.
No.
Exactly
that's
my point.
Rodri.
Alright,
That's
no,
a
alright.
different conversation.
But-
So would you take out Caicedo, put in Caicedo and take out De Jong out of Barca?
But they don't play. Him. Calamity,
Calamity,
the fuck,
stop
you
the
know.
madness.
Nobody with you. Calamity.
Stop
Calamity,
the madness.
Bro,
Calamity.
what is this Diang hype, bro? Diang has been dead for 4 seasons, bro.
3 seasons around
Diang
here.
has been dead for 4 seasons, bro.
Calamity,
Well,
no.
that is
Topic, no.
Calamity.
Stop
What on the calamity? Bro, if I be a span pure talent, yes.
No, we're not talking
Well,
about no talent right now, bro.
Well, I know. If me and Dre are pretty like pure talent. But if I base fan consistent for the last 2 seasons, yes, Caicedo has been better. But if I base fan pure talent, of course, Frankie De Jong is a better holding midfielder. But if I base
Not
fan
about
consistent,
No, he's not. No, he's not.
about no talent,
Yo,
bro.
Okay,
Champions League. I know is Champions League forward
wait.
and Caicedo go play in it. I want to see that in a knockout round.
Oh, you
That's the most
Let me
important
create an
thing.
analogy.
You
Okay,
can
just
see-
give me a minute.
That me
Hold on,
want to see.
You can see,
Let
man.
me talk, please.
No,
Let me
bro,
talk,
you see
please.
what
No,
that
wait.
Caicedo-
Let
Let
me
me
go, man. Go.
Let
me
you
know
with
one.
it.
Go.
Let me talk, please. I'll create an analogy. Sadio Mane is a legend for Liverpool, right? Sadio Mane played for Bayern. One season he was average, right? Paulina was a legend at Fulham. He was their best player in that midfield. One season he went in Bayern, he didn't get opportunities. Why? Goretzka, Kimmich, you had, what is that guy's name? Laimar, right? Playing in that midfield. He didn't get an opportunity, right? New league, new country. He came back to Tottenham. He's joined Tottenham. He's going to play in their starting 11, right? You're telling me on the basis of one season, Caicedo 120 million, bro.
2
Fuck
seasons.
Fuck all.
2 seasons. 2.
What?
Last season, Caicedo was good, and season before last, he was good. And Caicedo
it's true.
right now was a baller.
Caicedo last season was phenomenal. Good is
Yes.
an understatement.
Last season he was
Only
But
last
Jay,
season.
hold on,
Only
but
last
Jay,
season. Not phenomenal.
hold
And
on.
Good.
bear in
He was
mind,
good.
when we again, do you remember so say right now? We never say
Bro,
overall. We
I'm
say
telling you,
right
these
now.
guys haven't seen midfielders play, bro.
I'd rather have Ryan Gravenberch on my side than Caicedo.
So,
Understand?
But
so
that
you
is
think the
no,
last
that is
season
due to play
Gravenberch
style. That is due to play style.
play style, yeah, but you think the last season
But if a
Gravenberch was a
performance
better player
last
than
season,
Caicedo?
Caicedo outperformed him last
Yes,
season, bro.
him win the league. What you mean?
No,
What you mean? What you mean? What you mean?
Gravenberch was better than Caicedo last season.
No,
Oi,
he was
oi,
Caicedo
not.
remember enough, remember
outperformed
enough.
him.
Oi,
No,
oi,
he was
remember enough.
not.
Hold on. Remember
Enzo,
enough.
Enzo
Remember
Fernandez
Chelsea,
had a better
Chelsea,
season
hold
than
on,
Caicedo,
Chelsea.
by the way.
Hold on,
By the
you.
way.
Remember now, Chelsea were second, at least what 4 or 5 points behind Liverpool in December, and there was a stretch from December all the way down to latter February, early March, where Chelsea are shipping goal left, right, and center. Where not on the wing to the central areas.
No,
Let me
No,
Yeah.
Caicedo was not bad, though.
First of all,
well, I know.
no,
First of
we are
all,
do the wrong thing, dog.
Chelsea
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
have a
define
Sanchez
Chelsea
in the goal, while Liverpool have a Halisson.
and
Where
use an entire team to define
Team,
one man
exactly, bro.
performance. That is
I
that is
think
completely
where did
rubbish,
I
bro.
me specifically point to the position? I said the central area of the pitch.
No,
The
But that
cen-
doesn't
If
mean
me and
Caicedo
you
was bad,
slung
though.
and watch back 20 Chelsea
no,
games,
bro.
if me and you slung and
No,
watch back
bro.
20, if me and you slung and watch back 20 Chelsea game, me I tell you say majority of the mistake don't come to the midfield.
And Chelsea centre back them not ready.
Not ready, bro. You have a Van Dijk and a Kunate. Chelsea have Cole and Buddy Ashia, but Tucson. Come, bro. Bro. There are only 2 recognizable players in Chelsea team: Caicedo and Cole
And
Palmer.
Cole Palmer.
Give thanks
Enzo turn up at the last part I see.
Yeah, sometimes
Yes,
Enzo turn up. Sometimes when them again Pedro turn up. Sometimes even Madueke will try turn up. But Caicedo and Palmer
Bro.
always there.
Ask
no
any
point
ask
in
any
discussing
Chelsea
this,
fan.
why?
ask-
Because we
ask-
will
also-
won't agree.
Can you
I'm
remember?
not agreeing
And,
with this. Move on.
Yeah, we're gonna move on now.
Yeah,
But
move on.
ask any Chelsea fan, 90% of them would tell us that Caicedo was the best player for them last season.
when they not play, when they have a conference league, when they not play in a
When was the
conference
last
league
one?
until the quarterfinals, you can look good in the Premier League. But continue. Sorry.
Exactly, yeah. Hang on.
Continue.
Hang on, man.
Continue. Sorry.
Your assessment of
Here,
players is
here,
very
my
poor.
man.
I'm sorry, but your assessment of players on the basis of one season, bro.
No,
Very
but
Alright.
we're talking
Next
about currently. It's a
We're
if
talking
a
about
currently,
currently.
we have to
Let's
talk
talk
about the
about
last
Arsenal.
season where
What
we're
do you
gone.
mean by currently? Lingard
Currently
played
mean
best.
currently.
Wait. Lingard
Currently
played
mean
best for
right
West Ham.
now.
Do you
Hold
think he's a
on.
good player?
Hold
Lingard.
on.
Jesse
Hold
Lingard
on.
played well for West Ham. Do you
Kish.
think he's a good player, bro?
Kish,
Come off, man. Come off.
Caicedo or Ugarte.
Caicedo.
Hear me, Arsenal.
Caicedo.
Kish. Oh, Kish
But-
Lata.
but
They like when
me-
Kish
me not get
Lata
the-
get up.
Oh, God is shit.
You not hear me tattoo?
Yeah, me hear no more, brother.
Oh no, man, I nearly get the Caicedo disrespect still. So
Oh. All right. All right,
Again,
brother.
we're gonna just finish off on Arsenal.
Yes, finally.
Arsenal, Victor Gyokeres, the
hold on,
signing.
before you go forward, you realize the worst thing about it, no Arsenal fan show up. Like, bro, it's just disgusting.
Yeah.
bro.
It was
Typical
disgusting,
Arsenal
bro.
fan. Typical
From
Arsenal.
what they can't get the Arsenal.
They're hiding though. They know the pressure's coming, man. They didn't.
To be fair, I did forget
Akeem.
Akeem, but Akeem did end up go up on the road. So yeah. But Arsenal signing off Victor. Arsenal makes 6 signings this season.
And 5 of them was
Mascara.
not needed.
Four of them signings are probably bench players.
Yeah, 4.
Zubamendi.
Who are the other two?
Because Zubamendi ever start.
Mascara, Kappa.
Madueke Mosquera,
Yeah, Kappa,
Zubamendi,
Gyokeres.
Goikeres,
Oh, Zubimendi, and then there's who's the 6th one?
Norgard.
Norgard.
I forgot the signing.
And them signed somebody else, I can't remember. But
Madueke.
Yeah, Madueke.
Yeah, them say Madueke. 50 mil off waste.
He was good today, though.
Waste of
Zubamendi.
50 mil.
He was good.
Zubamendi and
He was good today, man.
no guard 5.
Yeah.
overall, though, Arsenal, looking at, I'm not watching the Arsenal preseason game, them, but looking at this Arsenal team, do anybody think them do enough to win this league?
Title favorites calamity. What are you talking about?
I think, look,
This year for them here in a year.
I think
This year
Arsenal
I
won't
feel
win it.
the
Every
Their
year at
manager.
Arsenal year, bro. Next
I think-
Every
season.
year.
I,
For the
nah,
We're,
last
their
we're,
3
we're
manager
gonna
years,
won't
we
win.
start.
hear
Won't win
that.
because their
We're gonna
manager, dog.
start. We're gonna start the next season from now. Next season Arsenal year.
else, what you say?
I say that Arsenal will not win because of their manager. That's why I think Arsenal won't win. Not because they might not necessarily have
And
the quality of players. Because stylistically, Arteta just doesn't seem to want to change how he wants to play in recent seasons. Like he's like regressed every single season since that one season they came in and almost won the league and was playing like liquid football. Just gets worse and worse and worse the more players he signs. That's what seems to be happening. Honestly,
and
I,
if we are gonna talk about pressure, if Arteta does not win the league this season, they have to sack him.
yeah, have to 100%.
I think with Arsenal, I think there's a bit of a. I think they've slightly done enough in the window, but I also think there's a refresher in the Arsenal squad in terms of just having a full squad now in a sense, to start the season. So if
Okay.
it's a season where it's like almost like injury free to at least like Saka and even Havertz, people curse Havertz a lot. I'm not sure like where he will play next season. I mean, maybe like a backup to Gyokeres, but it's still a strong team to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
yeah.
last season, to be fair to Arsenal, people always say, "Oh, their team had injuries," but we all know when you have major injuries, bro, you're not going to compete to the best of your ability. That's just sports in general, and it's just unfortunate that the likes of Havertz and Saka. This was the first time in a long time that Arsenal would have sustained a major injury to Saka, the guy who they basically built the team around. So I think they're definitely tied to favorites. It's a 3-4 horse race. Every now and then you see a team start off strong and then them fall off. So let's just see where Arsenal will be in the pack.
That's for me. I think that's a huge claim for the Arsenal are title favorites because me honestly see them a fall behind
Calamity.
Manchester City and Liverpool.
Calamity. How many injuries did Liverpool have to
I
major
don't
players
think
last
Arsenal
season?
are that bad. They're the best defensive team in the league.
I don't think they're
how many,
bad.
How many
Go on
injuries
again.
did Liverpool?
That's not Liverpool's fault.
No,
Hold
I'm
on.
not saying. But
Hold
my
on.
point is,
Wait,
they
where's
don't
that?
compete.
Where's
My
that, Kish?
point is, how many key injuries to major players did Liverpool have last season?
Not many.
Okay, you believe that if Liverpool had injuries to Saka and maybe Van Dijk for the majority of the season or for a good portion, they would have won the league title?
No.
Still came third.
Nah,
But-
because Salah's G was
So the
crazy.
same thing with
We came
Arsenal.
third.
My point
23,
is,
24.
I'm not
No,
backing
but-
Arsenal.
No,
I'm not saying
21
Arsenal is
maybe.
the outright favorite, but I'm saying the mere
Three,
fact
four,
is
three, four.
Havertz was injured, Saka was injured, so that would have affected them, and they
Of
add
course.
some players to the squad. So they're definitely tied to favorites. I'm not saying that they're the outright, but you still have to put them in the mix until you see them fall
No,
out. The next
but when
set.
you say title favorites,
Title
sounds
challengers. That's a different
right.
thing.
Yes, you was
Yeah,
title
title challenge.
challenge.
You can't say title favorites.
Of
So-
course, them are. Of course, them are.
What's the
mean,
difference between title favorites and title challengers?
You're
Title
you're
favorite
the one
mean
that's
you're
gonna win.
supposed to win.
Yeah, like you think Arsenal are gonna
Title
win?
Did you
favorite
see them
mean
play
you are
today, by
number
the way?
one.
Right? Did you see them play today, by the way? So they were phenomenal.
They were good
Whenever,
today.
really
They
good.
were.
They were really good.
They were.
But my thing say in the case of Arsenal, bro.
Look for rest in
Arsenal
that.
for me, them just not do enough, bro. Me just not see enough. They
Yeah,
make very good. They make very good depth signings, and them add Zubamendi and Gyokeres. However, I don't know if because our Liverpool are doing at the transfer market. Me I look on Liverpool and me I look on Arsenal and say they were already behind. Even though you point out the injuries, but they were already behind Liverpool. And me just I look on it and me I say, I don't think them do enough to catch up. And then City is not going to be as bad as they were, in my opinion. So when you look on City now with the Cherokee, the Reinders, who I think Reinders is going to be big. I feel like people are asleep on Reinders.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Bro,
Um,
what
Bro,
the
you
man
have
today
watch
and
all
me
that
and
to
tell you.
make
It's
Arsenal
unbelievable.
kick off football first. You can't just try be a guru or a genie just like trying to predict
Just so
stuff,
many
like,
kick against you, presser. That's all I can say.
You know,
that's what football
You know
is.
what,
You
Albert,
make
no,
prediction.
what-
United
what
makes
the
signings a lot of the times and it no work out, even
Brother.
though it look quality. The mere fact is Arsenal did sign quality players. Zubamendi's quality. So hold on, Zubamendi's not quality.
No,
Yeah.
it's a
No.
player.
Me away for the next person.
He's one of
And
the
the name,
best.
the next name me away for.
And then
And next name me away for.
That's players.
Kepa is a
Yes.
good backup to David Raya.
Mosquera's good, man.
Mosquera is
Mosquera's
one
good.
for the future. Is a good
Mosquera
cover.
one for the future.
Mosquera's solid, by the way. Mosquera's really solid, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
saw him play.
Somebody make it good.
Norgard is going to be a
He's
good
good,
cover as
he's
well
good.
as an option. In terms of Madueke, bro, let me to be honest, bro, to be fair to Mikel Arteta, he does have a tendency of improving players. I'm not saying he's going to be world class,
Yeah.
but bro, Havertz did improve on Havertz did improve on Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta was the one.
These are facts.
Bro, let me say this,
It's not
bro.
wrong. It's not
Mikel
wrong.
Arteta is that, bro. Okay, who was in charge of Saliba's development when him sending him out on loan and them type of thing there? When
Arteta.
everybody accused Arteta and I say,
Even
oh, put
Rice-
him in the
even
team,
Rice
put him
Bro,
in the team.
Saliba was with them up in
Bro, everybody, Saliba at Arsenal when he came in was really young.
It was
Mikel
bad.
Arteta was
And him young.
Ben White
And
as
he
well.
was young and rash.
Saliba bad.
Listen,
Send him out back to Saint
They
Etienne,
send him
bro.
out, I think, Etienne or
and then he
Marseille,
got
one
to
of them.
Marseille, I
there.
believe it
Yeah.
was,
And
right?
then him go to
And then he came back.
Marseille
So look at
and
this
come
now.
back.
Havertz was a flop at Chelsea. He came into Arsenal and he
So
has
get
been a-
better.
He
Arteta.
did. He buys
So
goals now. though, right?
Havertz
Havertz.
Yeah,
Havertz
him
buys.
better.
Havertz.
I'm not in the notion of
Havertz buys now.
disrespecting that, bro.
Havertz buys. Havertz buys.
Bro,
Again.
he
Calamity.
came better. He
Why-
actually
why-
came better. Yeah.
Tattoo.
Come on.
Why we
You
attack
know,
like?
you can't do
But
that.
the thing
When
is,
I-
now, bro,
when-
why we attack like Havertz? Come on, him
Go.
do this.
Bro,
do
I'm
something.
saying
No,
he's
man, but-
better. He's better
Gary,
at
when we are
Arsenal
saying
than
so
what he was at
the
Chelsea.
Havertz at Bayern Leverkusen, I know that man a revive back since he come.
Him not reach.
Yeah, I
Him
missed
still.
that
Him still there at the bus stop. I know him not
Him
reach at
still,
Premier League.
I know Havertz will come. Him still out of Bayern Leverkusen. Him not reach it. The players
He
still
is-
have him out there.
He is a title contender. He
Ever
plays
watch
for a team
Manifest?
that contends the title, and he's a really fluidic player, by the way.
And
I think
he's a
Havertz-
Champions League winner.
He's redeemed
Winner,
himself.
him-
He's
And let me
redeemed
ask you this
himself.
question, Tattoo.
Yeah,
Gabriel,
no, yeah, no.
Gabriel
Yeah,
Magalhaes,
no.
right? Who did he come under to and develop under?
Gabriel, who that?
Arteta.
Magalhaes.
Magalhaes.
Who was he
Gabriel,
before when he came to
centre
Arsenal?
back.
Who was he before when he came to Arsenal?
Bro.
Who's man?
Let me ask you a question.
MLS no. Lewis
You
Kelly. Who's Lewis
want
Kelly now?
Gabriel? That play that when you just quick. You want him in your
Exactly.
team now?
You can't
You
say
that-
Bro, I would take him. What's wrong with
Of
Gabriel?
course.
I'm not
I
talking
I want
Gabriel.
the best centre back in the world. I want the best centre back in the world.
Declan Rice.
Gabriel.
bro. Declan
Hold on,
Rice.
hold on, hold on,
Gabriel.
hold on, hold on. But like how you said that now. So we are give Gabriel one of the best centre back in the world after one
But not
season.
Caicedo.
But not Caicedo.
No, not one season, 3 seasons straight.
Man,
Three
what,
seasons.
bro?
Magalhaes. Hey.
Nah.
Hold on,
Magalhaes.
me never say Martinelli, you know.
I agree. Magalhaes. For the last
1, 2, 3.
seasons
Hold
was
on. So because hold on.
He was really
Hold on.
Like,
Yeah,
He's one
Udi,
of the- one of
one
the
sec.
best defenders.
Udi,
Yeah.
me not even cut you. Hold on, Udi. Hold on. You're telling me that
Arsenal
Gabriel is not
conceded-
one of the best
Arsenal
centre back in the
conceded
world.
Arsenal
You said
conceded the
three
least
seasons.
amount of goals in the
Yes,
last
sir,
3
yes,
seasons.
yes, sir, for three
Arsenal
seasons.
conceded the least amount of goals in the last 3
No.
seasons.
22, 23.
Yeah.
Sir, me not cut it. 22, 23, 23,
Yes.
24, 24, 25, and the
Right.
Champions League. 3
Hold
seasons.
on,
Magalhaes
hold on.
was the last best defender last season. Best
Hold on.
Last
defender.
season.
Best
Is he
in
top
defending
three?
ever.
Last
Better
season.
than Van Dijk. He was the best. Top
No, him never.
defender back
Last season, him never bet. No, hold on.
Me never say Saliba, you know. Me never
Oh,
say
yeah,
Saliba,
okay.
you know. Me say Gabriel.
Bro,
me
but
say
Saliba,
Gabriel. Me say when I best sent.
I bet this is Saliba. I bet
Bro,
this is Saliba.
Why?
The only last
Saliba
season alone,
wasn't
Gabriel
good
better
last
than
season.
Bro,
Saliba.
last
He was
season,
okay.
Last
Gabriel,
season
Gabriel
Bro,
was
alone,
the
better
man
than
did not
Saliba.
say, brother, no need for them to comprehend. The man never said Gabriel was better than Saliba last season. He said Gabriel was one of the best centre backs last season.
Yes,
Being one of the
and
best.
we are
Listen,
saying-
listen.
and-
Being one of the
man.
best. Being
It's
one
good.
of the best doesn't
It is good.
translate to you being the best in the world. You're one.
No,
of
alright,
one.
hold
of.
on, hold on,
Alright, but what
hold
me I
on,
say
hold
is,
on,
Dre,
hold
who do you
on.
think for the last 3 seasons? For the last 3 seasons, would you say Gabriel is among the top 5 best centre back?
Yes.
I might not say
Yeah.
three, but I will say two.
I
Magalhaes
might put him
is
in
on
the
For the
top
top.
last
5.
3
I might put him.
seasons.
I might put him in the 5. I might put him in
Yeah.
the 5.
Yeah,
I might
Arsenal's
put
the
it in
best
the
in the
5.
league. It is.
Yeah,
Like,
if your defense is one of the best in the
Yeah,
league,
We're not
and because
talking about the
and
Premier
only
League.
because of the system, him
We're not
actually
talking
show
about
it.
the Premier League, you
When
know.
you putting who? Ruben
Me
Diaz.
put it in Europe. Me put it in
Ruben
Europe.
Diaz,
I'm one of the
2
best.
seasons.
All right, Dre, even if you don't want to the last 3 seasons, in the last 2 seasons, when you talk about one of the best
Fine,
centre-back-
fine. Last 2
listen up.
seasons,
When you
fine.
talk about one of the best centre-back partnerships in world football, it has been Saliba and Gabriel for
Bro,
at
I'm
least
still not
Easily.
give him 2
Easily.
seasons, bro. I'm still
When you
not
talk
give
Where's
him
about
the,
2
where's the calamity?
I'm
Just
still
last
not
season,
give him
no, bro.
2 seasons, bro.
Just
I'm still
last
not
season.
give-
Bro, that's
I just-
your
Calamity.
He has
Calamity.
given-
Who is your 5? Who is your 5?
Hold on,
Calamity.
hold on,
Hell,
hold on.
you look tired.
I'm gonna
Hell.
get to that.
More hear Calamity 5. Who is your 5? Calamity.
Hold on, let me get to that. Me get to that. But I say he wasn't good the previous 2 seasons, you know. But when you put him in that bracket of one of the best in the world, him just become that last season. But you say Caicedo can be one of the best.
Yeah,
of
that's the point
one
you
of
made.
So
the
Calamity, before you move on, right? Take out last season, the previous season to last season. Name me the best centre backs in world football. Go ahead.
which is 2020.
Bro, you have
23,
Bastoni,
23, 24. Name me the
you
best
have
centre backs in world
Bastoni, you have
football.
Rudiger,
Bastoni, Rudiger,
you have Van Dijk.
Van Dijk.
Wait, hold on. Whoa. When Bastoni start? No, this.
No,
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 really this.
Bastoni.
No matter what
Bastoni.
we- no matter
You
what
say
we-
last. You say this
Nah.
season or last season? We see.
Bro,
Hold on.
Bastoni
I just want to ask.
years.
You say last season or this season?
23, 23, 23,
The last
23 and
5
24.
seasons. The last
Barcelona
5
has been
seasons.
there.
Last
No,
five.
no bother with it. No bother with it,
Alright,
man.
So let me
Alright,
ask this question, right? So
Yes.
Arsenal finished 2 points behind City, 23-24. Arsenal had the best defensive record in world football, right? Well, let me not say world football, but in the Premier League. And from
Yeah,
that
Premier League.
season to last season, Gabriel isn't one of the best centre backs in world football. That's what you're telling me?
And
From
also
last
went to a
season to
Champions
this season.
and went to a Champions League semi-final as well and played.
Hold
well.
on.
Yeah,
From last season to this season, fine. But that's still not a 2-season span.
That's
If you're-
this
Exactly.
season.
What do you mean? That's enough
24,
evidence.
That
But
is
that's
true.
enough
That is
evidence for
not
sure.
24, 25.
Huh?
Like,
23,
Arsenal
24.
has been
Bro,
for
you know the
years.
funny thing is, Gabriel was signed in the season when Arsenal just woke up in the title race that first time, right? That was his first season at Arsenal,
No,
right?
man, earlier than
All
that.
right.
Earlier than that.
No,
Earlier
No,
than
man.
that.
Ask now
no,
question.
Gabriel was
Ask
there
now
when they
question.
finished fifth, Dre.
Oh, that's
Gabriel-
21-22. That 21-22.
Gabriel Magalhaes never did it when them finished fifth. Him signed at the season when them finished second in the first time them going at the title race, right? So if you don't want to give him that first season that's been one of the best in world football, after that, when they finished 2 points behind City and last season, the man was definitely one of the best. They have one of the best defensive partnerships in world football. So how can you have one of the
partnership
best?
is different from him single
But him
and
as a
being
player,
a
he's been
defender.
good too.
Bro,
Defensive
yeah.
partnership is different,
We're
bro.
not it.
That's-
See,
We're not it.
we're
Oh, so
talking
yeah,
about
yes,
yes.
singularity.
We're not
Last
it.
season, would you say him be better than the Marquinhos last season?
Which
Marquinhos?
Marquinhos?
For the last two
Um,
seasons?
Marquinhos from PSG?
Yeah, from
Yeah,
PSG.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
easily.
Better than last
Yes.
season?
Easily.
100%. 100%.
Easily.
He
Easily.
better than when we get Martinez to play for Barcelona, the centre back.
Not
Inigo
for
Martinez.
Inigo Martinez, he better than him?
Yes.
Yes.
Last season.
Yes.
Yes.
You
Yes.
hear me
yes,
say?
yes,
You hear me
yes.
say?
No,
Yeah.
Indigo was
You hear me say?
nah,
That's why I say
nah,
check your
nah.
5 again. Check your top 5 again.
Bro.
Check your
So,
top 5 again.
in the period of
Inigo
time,
Martinez
in the
is
period of
good.
time,
Not
hold on,
Thomas
hold on,
Good.
hold on, hold on.
Better than
In the
Magalhaes.
period of
Yeah.
time, in the period of time, the 3 year span we are talking about, him never better than Van Dijk. Him never better than Saliba. Him never better than.
He was better than Van Dijk in the last
I
one
would
and
say
a half
that he
years.
was better than Van
Yeah.
Dijk 22-23. Yes.
One
We're
second.
talking about the
Yo,
whole
hold on,
3
hold on.
years.
More
We're talking about the
on
whole
a while.
3
Just-
years.
Yo, hold
just
on.
bring it in.
Callington.
Even
Callington,
last season, he was
Hold
better
on,
than
hold
Van Dijk. to be
Hold on,
honest. He
you,
was
hold
better
on.
than
One
him.
turn a wild card. Why somebody on the phone? Callington, you're a Liverpool fan, right? Just be genuine, bro, and not biased or anything. Gabriel Magalhaes in the past, maybe 3 years or 2 years, would you regard him as one of the best centre backs in world football? Not the best, but one of the best in the last 2 or 3 seasons. Yes or no? Eh? Gabriel Magalhaes, the centre back from Arsenal.
Gabriel,
Yeah,
it was 2 or 3 seasons that I consider as one of the best.
centre backs in world football.
That man a baffle. That man a baffle.
If you can't get us straight, yes or no, I don't want to hear.
All right, this man say we couldn't consider him as one of the best. So,
I think from can't get us straight, yes or no, I don't want to hear.
All right, hold on it. Drea, me ask you something, Drea. Hold on, Drea. Me not say
all right then.
me not say we can't consider him as one of the best for last season, but me I look on it, bro. For the last 3 seasons, all right, for the last 2 seasons, I don't think Gabriel as if I in the Premier League attack, of course. But if I like in a Europe, I don't think even the FIFA Pro level ever consider him among the best 2 or best 3 defenders.
Gabriel, I put it this way. Gabriel starting a Real Madrid side. Gabriel
Whoa,
starting
what?
a
Hold
Oh,
on.
Gabriel starting a Real Madrid
Oh,
side.
No.
He-
Wait, yeah.
Gabriel,
Yes, he does.
Wait,
Are you
no.
saying, wait.
Yes,
Are
he
you
does.
saying
Gabriel
Yes, he does.
start-
Yes, he does.
Gabriel
ahead of
can-
Rudiger?
Gabriel
no,
can
no.
start instead of Rudiger.
Him and
He
Dean
can
start.
start in.
what?
Yeah.
Which Rudiger? Which
Bro.
Rudiger?
Brother.
Rudiger
Which
is
Rudiger?
not
Rudiger.
hype anymore. He
Nah,
was.
it's
Brother.
Gabriel and Dean. For me, if we're
Bro.
talking
Which
around
Rudiger?
Gabriel and Dean.
Who's
Yeah.
Rudiger, Drea?
Have
Him
you
start
seen Rudiger
over
play, by the way?
Alaba.
Have
Him
you
start
been seeing
over
him play?
Alaba.
Like last
Him
season,
start
I
over
don't think he has.
Militao. Him
These
start
guys
over
haven't been
Militao.
watching Real
Start
Madrid,
over
bro.
anybody
These
with a
guys
name
haven't been
Rudiger.
watching Real Madrid.
Bro,
They
him
Start
haven't.
start
over
over
anybody with a
anybody
name
when a
Real
name
Madrid
Rudiger.
Rudiger.
haven't shit.
Him start over anybody when a
Who
name
has been
Rudiger.
shit?
My point being,
Real
as we
Madrid
say,
have
him
been
start in a
set.
Real Madrid. Hold on, him start in a Real Madrid. Him can start in a Bayern. I'm sure as hell him can start in a Manchester City. Him can start in a Manchester City.
Yes, yes.
Hold on, no,
Me come on for this. No, that. Me come on. Me done. Me come on for this, dad. come on,
Antoine Diaz and John Stone. Antoine Diaz and John Stone in the starting a city.
Yo, no, Tattoo.
Me not
Don't do
want
that.
this.
Tattoo, don't do that. If you say
Don't do that.
Diaz,
Tattoo, me not want you.
Tattoo, stop
Brother.
disrespect, man. Tattoo.
Brother.
As much
No.
as John Stones,
Tattoo.
as much as John Stones is solid, Gabriel Magalhaes starts over John Stones, bro.
No,
Brother.
no.
Brother.
Hold on.
Yo,
This season,
Tattoo,
this season,
what?
never season what John Stone have.
We
This
not go
never
back
season
John
what John
Stones.
Stone have. No season of Gabriel no better than that.
Calamity, I will retire tonight. I will retire from all content creation tonight. Because the man say him can't start in a Manchester City squad.
Me not go back,
Content
John.
creation
Wait,
tonight.
no, say, on farm. If you ask me was he better than
I don't care if you're on farm, brother. The man better than Ruben Diaz and John Stones.
Yeah. Word.
Bro, Ruben,
I'm not put him over Vardio. I'm not put him over Vardio. Vardio have a different requisite skill set.
Kish come just look logic, they go gear logic.
So it's better than it. You not put him over Vardio.
Kiss said transformation of Arsenal start.
Go on, place on the left back now.
Sorry, I can't take that.
Transformation at Arsenal start when Gabriel come and him have them best season. Bro, remember say we'll buy Diaz and win the league. That man make John Stone look good again for a full season. We look so hard to break down.
Right, and that was a nice, good season. What I'm saying is,
Jay, pull
right
up,
now.
Smurf, Gabriel Magalhaes, right? I last time I asked this, because I want somebody off our panel answer this, right? Gabriel Magalhaes in our last 2 to 3 season, would you regard him as one of the best centre backs in world football? Yes or no?
No.
One of the best in world football.
Everybody, bro, just hearing that question through your ass. Because, hold on, Dre, don't get it wrong, Dre. Gabriel has been good for the last two. As what Calamity said, for the last 2 seasons, Gabriel has been good. Okay, and Calamity said, he will give him for last season.
No.
Well, I know, Dre, don't get it wrong, Dre. Gabriel, for last season, and probably the season before that was really good, but now take that from him. But you see, when you call a name there, everybody are just got to like.
Do you know the reason why? You know the reason why it says up? Because Arsenal win a trophy. Arsenal win the league or win a champions. That is the main reason. And that's the truth. But that's the truth.
No, I agree.
No, but that's the truth. Him not have it. I promise you, if him did have a silverware, if him have a Premier League or UCL, everybody says so.
Hold on, Dre, not Dre. Kish, about them 2 man there, I asked them if Saliba one of the best. I'm sure they get an answer before.
Saliba wasn't the best last season, by the way.
Not
last season.
Not last season. But if you're looking at that. If we're looking at a 3-year span, if we're looking at a 3-year span,
he's really good.
It is Saliba, but that's not the point. Dre, one more I ask though. Dre and Yudi, would you swap Konate for Gabriel?
Oh shit!
I would.
Yes.
He's better than Konate.
Yeah, but Konate one of the best centre back. Me regard Konate as one of the best centre back in the world.
Let me go first.
Go.
He's better than Konate because in one position he plays left centre half. We need someone who plays right. Wait. No, don't laugh. He's a left-footed defender. How can he play like right centre half? You can't replace a Konate. You can't replace a Konate who plays in the right centre half.
Another no, me thought about the quality of the 2 man them. Nobody will tell me about left, right.
He's a better defender than Gabriel Magalhaes is a better defender than Konate. Yes.
Rubbish.
No, rubbish.
Yes.
Come on. All right. I'm gonna tell you something.
I don't know what to say.
Right now,
to be determined. That's my answer.
If you come right now and tell me, say, Gabriel did a performance at Arsenal better than the name again, Delete, where they are your squad at Ajax. Like honestly, that would be so true off.
But the thing when I try to say that this 3-year span where you tell me about that not exists.
It not exists, bro. Last season go.
And the reason I'm a stand by my point. I said the reason being him to have the silverware for back.
Nothing to do with silverware.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Let me ask it. What do you mean?
It nothing to do with that because we can recognize Saliba. we can recognize Saliba. So it
Hold
has
on,
nothing
no.
to do with silverware.
Yo, Dre. Kish still looks funny for call, you know.
No,
Kish still looks funny for call.
no, the fact is, as me say, even if
Konate,
it's not the first, as me say to Drake,
Konate, yeah.
as me say to
Why
Drake,
would you say, why do you need to think about that? Konate is susceptible defensively massively. Like he's done so many errors in the last
Bro,
2
have you
seasons.
seen Gabriel?
Yo,
What do you mean? Have
bro.
you seen Gabriel?
Bro, last season,
What do you
bro.
mean,
see Gabriel? Watch Gabriel play.
Better defender than Konate.
Rita-
No, bro.
Hands down. Yeah.
Would you
Bro,
say Gabriel was
this
a better defender than Matip?
I support. I could agree with that. He's better. Konate.
No.
When?
No.
That's a two different thing. That's a
Matip
two
was
different
not a
thing.
friend. No. Matip is above Gabriel. No. Never.
But that's one.
No, hold on. Wait a second. Matip isn't.
Hold on. Wait, say if Gabriel play better than Matip,
Bro,
Yeah, if he was better than
hold
Matip.
on.
Had
You
more
wait a
on the
second.
ball value. As
No,
a
hold on,
footballer,
Yudi,
he was
Yudi,
better.
hold on.
On the
Yudi,
ball
what-
value.
Yudi,
Better
what you say?
footballer.
You said that Matip is better than Gabriel?
Yes.
Yes.
are we talking about the in what
Wait,
in
what?
whole total defensive action? When I put Gabriel over Matip, me I put Gabriel over Matip.
Bro,
Me I
no,
put Gabriel
hold
over
on.
Matip.
Let me ask you this question. When
Yes, dog.
No, hold on.
Gabriel's better
No,
than
first
Matip,
first.
Matip was
Gabriel's
better.
better than Matip.
No, first things first.
Matip
Matip is
was
good
better.
though. But
No, first things first.
We ain't
What
doing this.
category of a Liverpool legend is Matip regarded in?
We're not talking about Liverpool legend.
No,
No,
you're
no,
gonna
no,
something
no,
different. No, you're gonna something
I'm
different.
asking.
We're not
Let me
talking about
ask. When Matip was playing, was Matip considered one of the best centre backs in the world? Was he ever in the conversation?
Bro,
No.
I think.
Oh, hold on.
No,
Bro,
he was
okay,
not.
bro.
No, he was not.
Bro,
No.
hold on,
He
bro,
was
I
injured.
think
What was
right
it? The
now-
conversation?
There's a difference.
Jay,
The
I think
caliber,
right here,
the
so is the only
caliber as
part, and the
centre
only
back.
time we have Gabriel as well.
Hold on. The
Honestly.
caliber as centre back was different.
That's
The
all
caliber
right.
as centre back was different. So now, when you look upon a Matip was definitely regarded as one of the best in the league. But the
In the
caliber
league, yeah.
as centre back in the world was different, bro. So
Was
though,
different. Yeah, them time
My
they
point
brought-
exactly. So that I'm saying.
You
So that's
had
what I'm saying.
Thiago Silva,
So
you had
Gabriel,
Sergio
that's what I'm
Ramos.
saying. So Gabriel
You had
is considered.
world-class
He has been a
centre-backs during that time.
even if you disagree or say no, him still a part of the conversation and say yo, him one of the best centre back in the world.
For the last
Whether
season,
you agree or
for the last
disagree.
season, not true. For the last season, not
last
true.
season. Last season.
Just like
Just like Caicedo is a top 2
Okay.
DM last
So
season.
let me ask you
Okay,
this. When
Yeah,
can I
remember
say
about
something?
Caicedo was a top
when
tier.
Real
Yes,
Madrid
it was.
Let me talk.
Listen,
Let me
when
talk.
Real Madrid had
I just want to
Bayern,
say
right?
one thing. I want to say one thing, right? Matip
Yeah.
existed in the era when Sergio Ramos, when Thiago Silva, when the greatest of defenders played football.
Different
Right.
caliber defenders.
Calamity, let me ask
Yeah,
you this.
yeah.
When Real Madrid had Varane and Ramos, right? Do you think Varane as an individual centre back stood on his own or he stood in a partnership?
Yeah,
You think he stood on his own?
yeah.
Bro, do you see Varane for France?
2018
Yeah.
World
Yeah,
Cup.
I
yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Bro, you tell me
2018
one year
World
about
Cup, tell her
France,
that.
bro.
Even though Umtiti did a very good job, but Varane, I'm gonna tell you,
Bro, even when Varane come to Manchester
Varane
United, him stand
Hold
out.
on, no, Kish, let me tell you
Varane
what
was
slip most people
overrated.
mind when you come out to Varane. Is that game the versus Man City when them give Gabriel the 2 goal him. And that make people that kind of diminish people memory of Varane. But Varane was always a centre back you can rely on. I feel like he was more of a centre back you can rely on more than Pepe.
Yeah,
Okay,
I-
you
I-
talk about. So when you
in-
say
in-
somebody you can
in-
rely on, what does that speak of?
Huh?
When you
Like
say you
he'll
can
give you a
rely on
7 out of 10
somebody, what
every
does
game.
that
Reliance,
Like-
dependability.
Yeah, like he'll give you a 7 out of 10.
dependability? So that does that speak of like any standout qualities like where they're like world class and they're the
Are
best
you
in
trying?
class?
Leadership.
But he was
Leadership,
injury
But now
prone,
security.
understand.
He was
Now
injury
understand.
prone,
Are you
though. That's
asking
the
Hold
was
on.
When you
was
refer
Varane
in
world class?
football, when you
Where
refer
you
to a
ask
player
me?
that
Where you ask me, bro?
when
Cause
in football, if you refer to a player somebody that you can rely on, doesn't that mean that they're kind of like above average good?
no. You can
So
You
if in
see,
2 seasons, hold on, no.
Liverpool can always rely on Van Dijk. That is what that means. Van Dijk is reliable. That no means say Van Dijk
Anything.
no world class. But Van Dijk
I think
what
what Pressa tries to say, probably we can structure it better, is that in terms of world class, you are one of the few in the world able to do what you do, and persons
you
can
have to
replicate
never
upon
world
a
class?
consistent. No, I never said that. I'm not
I know
saying
give me
that's
a
that.
exactly what
give me a
Fisher
tag,
said.
give me a tag.
Kish me out.
No.
Did you have Varane as world class, Kish?
Well, no, I mean retired.
No,
but
in him time.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
What?
I never see Varane as this. back in those times, we never see Varane as this standout centre back amongst the others that were around that time. I think he was maybe like one of the best, but it doesn't mean that he was world class.
But when Varane come on Man U, he was one of the man we are all with that kind
Bro,
of
Varane, come on.
Bro,
dog.
but
I think
how
the
good
season
was?
when they come second. The season when they come second under Ole. Varane never night team.
No.
No, Brown wasn't there. Brown wasn't
I'm
there.
not
Oh,
there
in
anymore.
forward,
Bro, can you share this image?
21, either 21, 22, or
That was
Can you
10
share this? Can you share this image?
Sure.
Yeah.
I just don't get the disrespect with Gabriel, to be honest. Man, I put Matip over Gabriel to be those scared. First me.
Second that dog.
What is?
Matip over Gabriel, bro.
What that?
What am I looking at?
Trent's farewell at Liverpool wasn't quite the same as the rest.
Trent what?
What?
So Trent's farewell at Liverpool wasn't quite the same as the rest.
What does that mean?
Oh, like you mean how they have a collage for the other ones and all
Yeah.
Oh, the man named disrespect Trent.
Poor guy. No, he's
Yeah,
not
we don't give a f about rats.
Damn.
So first
That's
of all,
crazy, though.
you talk about Matip, 2016, 2017, 29 games, 2017, 2018, 25, 2018, 2019, 22, 2019, 2020, 9. After that, 10, 31, 14, 10, and people put this over Gabriel.
Over Gabriel. Madness.
Come on.
Madness.
First of all, you have to talk about reliability.
Talk
About reliability.
fit. He
Bro.
was
Talk
never
about
fit.
reliability.
Appearances.
Matip wasn't reliable in
this,
terms
like
of
that.
always being readily available. Gabriel, since being at Arsenal, is always readily available. That man play enough game. Probably over
Until when they needed him and he got injured and they lost it.
Okay, but injuries is a part of football, so
yeah, exactly. Injuries are part of football. That happens to
but when you have somebody who is injury prone, it's quite different than a man who just get one injury once in a blue moon. That's different.
One injury when they needed him.
Bro, Kish.
Who was the best defender? Who was the best defender in 18-19? Who was the best defender in 18-19? Tell me. The
In
best
18-19?
defender in 18-19,
That's
yes.
time ago, fam.
Yeah.
I think that was like
Joe
Van Dijk.
Gomez. Joe Gomez was the
Joe
best
Gomez,
defender in 18-19.
No, because
Hands
Matip. No, I did that. That season there. The season when they win the league. The season when they win the league, I know say I did Joe Gomez they end up stepping because Matip did injure.
Yeah.
I think so, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that was 1920.
It's not like Matip did have a choice. Yes, he was injury prone, but the thing is, I will take a farm Matip over a farm Gabriel, and my honesty stand behind that.
Exactly.
100%.
Same. Prime
I
Matip
said,
for fans.
bro,
I probably am Ahmad, so I'm Ahmad.
Fair enough.
Me no see it. Rate Matip on my baller.
No, bro.
Me not put Matip over Gabriel.
You know what? Can't remember.
Alright,
the thing is, among the people, they make me start watch football. One of them is a Liverpool.
Watch
Liverpool.
Kishan.
You remember a bad game from Matip?
Tato, watch Kishan over there.
I remember a few bad games. Yo, I want to talk right now.
Man.
Brother, I want to talk about Gyokeres more talk about Gyokeres more than anybody.
Yeah.
Gyokeres.
Gyokeres. What was that mean?
Looks like the real deal. Looks like the real deal, yeah.
Me man, him look like what?
Gyokeres
like
looks
you
like
did?
the real deal, yeah.
He's good. He's gonna score goals, man. He's gonna.
I think he will.
What are they? Dog, Kish still looks funny.
2022 would
He's
be.
gonna score goals, man.
Nah, Steph McCall to ask him. No, but to be fair, before I move on, Tattoo, name me 5 best centre backs last season or 10.
Last season, bro. The thing is,
No.
Last season,
Last season, him in there.
And the season previous to that.
The season previous to that, him probably out by
Bro.
That probably
You see the season previous to that. Watch I know. You see the season previous to last season. Give me a 10 best centre backs in our world football.
Bro, right now,
we don't have time for that. We don't have time for that.
right now.
Yes,
We
in
don't have time
one
for
group, when I was done, when I was finished, me went
I
to
will.
the second group.
Murillo, Milinkovic, Van Dijk, Gabriel Magalhaes,
You just from your car Milinkovic on your other side. Me no want your
Sven
side.
Botman,
Let me move on from the center box, man.
Bro,
Anyway.
if me be real with that dog, Marie, something.
Murillo.
Murillo
Botman.
over Gabriel.
Botman.
Bro.
All right, you messing up. Me not entertain that
Hold on.
conversation.
Bro, who want to get into goal?
Jokers. Not gonna Jokers. Let's go to Jokers.
You
Yeah,
can't
Yeah,
do that.
Kish, me know you like this. That competition with me. We do
No,
it like
no,
this.
brother. Quite disrespectful. Honestly, no disrespectful for real.
Yo, Kish, me agree with that. Kish. Full 100. Cause me not even
Victor,
that time I leave it. Me just leave it a bit. Me leave it be and just continue conversation.
Victor Gyokeres.
Victim Gyokeres.
Yo,
Come
Chris.
on, bro. Let's not do that, bro.
First of all,
You can't-
the goal prediction. How much you feel like my score for the film
20.
first season?
17,
in the
18.
league. 20 in the league. He's scoring
12 to
20.
16. 12 to 16.
I think he's scoring 20 in the league, man.
If him score 12, that's a disappointment. 17,
12 to
No,
16.
you can't score 58 goals last season, then come and score 12. That's crazy.
Brother, me love a BBK Sports say that tax, you see that tax when it add the England tax, dog.
58 goals,
I
though.
did. Alright. This is
The
not
tax-
Holland.
Goals.
This is not Holland.
Bro,
Alright.
remember the tax in England are 40% here.
Thank you. So
58
take off
goals,
take off 40% off a 58 or 54 goal.
Would you say
And that is total competition, not just in the league.
Would I say a worrying thing for like players from the Portuguese league is that the last couple one of them we know like get sold. They've never really worked out. Felix, Darwin Nunes, who else?
I think he's gonna score like
Any other
30
big
goals.
signings that leave Portugal?
But you have some. So are you saying it's just an attacking thing because you have players like Bruno where
200.
That's a workout.
Oh, nice boy.
Bruno, the last person would have probably say, but from the Portugal used to come to the Premier League was Bruno.
But not on the
Bruno
Portugal.
and Diaz
Glory to
kinda
Man
work out.
United. Glory.
No, but how many other players?
Diaz
No,
kinda
man,
work
Oh,
out.
Ruben Diaz.
I'm
You're right.
done with
Ruben
yours.
Diaz kinda work out.
You guys
Diaz.
only know how to run agendas. That's it. You guys only have agendas. 2-hour stream. We have only spoken about this versus that. This versus that. That's all. Yeah.
In terms of Gabriel, Kai Havertz scored like 12
agendas.
goals in first season. So Gabriel, I mean,
don't
Gabriel
care about
score at
Gabriel.
least minimum 50.
Gyokeres.
Yeah.
What? Goal tally, minimum goal tally.
Big what you talking in the league or you talk overall?
League.
In a league.
Alright.
Me
12
reckon
to
17 goals as a calamities.
12 to 18. Him now
But it's
20.
Saka will-
Me not
Saka
say
will-
20.
Saka will create for him. So you
But
might
the
forward-
fuck say you slander him already, Dre. You have some agenda against Gyokeres.
I just feel like it's inflated.
Are
That's just my
the team-
personal feeling. And
Are
that's
the
just
team-
me.
are
So
the
much of the team. It just feel like I just feel like him inflated. I just feel like it's
Florian Wirtz inflated.
no Florian Wirtz won his
Kai Havertz
league.
come from the same
And one of the best league in the world. I one of the best
Gyokeres
league.
win
Yeah,
FIFA.
Farmers
Kai
League or
Havertz-
not.
But Kai Havertz come from
Did
the same
did Kai Havertz win his league undefeated? Was he
Gyokeres win
instrumental?
He was a
No, I'm
standout
saying
from
no.
Leverkusen.
Yeah, but you're playing against one of the best teams in the world in Bayern Munich. So
Okay, they
that's
didn't win
totally
it.
different.
They didn't win it back then, but Kai Havertz was a standout player from Leverkusen and he was sold for a lot of money, just like Florian Wirtz. So what's the difference?
But
One
he's
man is
proven.
not
I'm the quality
Kai
of the
Havertz never
league depends.
proven.
In what one season?
No, come on, Cap. No.
Will,
Havertz-
one season.
will you take Kai Havertz over Hoyland?
Havertz hype never now.
Sean, Calamity, will you take Kai Havertz over Hoyland? Will you
Kai
take Kai
Havertz
Havertz
I would
over
take
Hoyland?
anything over Hoyland. I would take
Yeah, exactly.
Hoyland?
WWE wrestler over
Yeah,
Hoyland.
Kai
yeah,
Havertz is a
Anything.
good
Like,
footballer. You can't rate people on the basis of what they've won. As a footballer, he's done the job, man. He's been doing the job. He was injured in the second half, but Kai Havertz is a phenomenal footballer. You can't deny that.
But
Islands.
for your
But-
claim of what you say 12 goals at him lowest. Kai Havertz, what Kai Havertz there Arsenal have scored? You think him scored
think that
13
most
goals one
like
season?
14 goals, I think.
he scored
13,
15 last season and
13.
14 the season before.
But Calamity, if you consider
Yeah,
the
that's-
missed chances where Kai Havertz
Nah,
having
man,
from
that's
before, right?
kind of crazy for say Gyokeres that scored 12 goals at him
But
lowest.
Calamity, if you consider the missed chances where
if-
Havertz having in front of goal, if Gyokeres have to pick up off of those missed chances in terms of at least being a striker, being clinical, I get me I say, so it have to be at least minimum 15, maximum 20.
100%.
With all the respect, as me say, probably may be very, you see me, overly critical. But as me say, probably 15 to 18 goals at the most me see him can score.
Where's
I
the
think
calamity?
the
If him go
league-
under- if him go under 12, is a fail.
No, if you got at 20, is a fail. If you got at 20, is a fail.
No. If him go under 15. If him go under
No,
15.
if you go under 20, is a fail.
No, bro. The Monday night first season. No, 15 can't be.
Erling
Haaland
Haaland was in his first season and he scored 30 odd goal.
Erling Haaland is a monster that we have never seen before.
Mohamed Salah in his first season scored 30
You
odd
mean all
goal.
comps or in the league?
League.
Yeah, he
League.
goes for 20. He goes
Yeah,
for
that's
20.
good enough.
Nah,
Yeah.
bro.
But if he scores 18, I wouldn't say it's a failure either, though.
Bro,
if he
if
scores
he
Wow.
score
If you
18
score
goals-
less than 20 is a failure.
Hold on, if him score 18 or 19 goals, he might go big around the top
Bro,
5 goal scorers in the
Scoring
league.
15 goals in a league, that's good.
yeah,
Good. 15
Yeah.
goals is enough.
yeah.
No, not for Gyokeres. Not it have to be not for Gyokeres.
Why?
Not
Why?
for the hype. Hold on, not for the hype where Gyokeres have.
Even
Right
that
now, when
one-
man
let me
stay
ask
so.
you,
Hype.
If
What
you
about
play-
the Nunez
No,
hype?
for
If you play
the
38
hype.
games in a
The
season,
Nunez
if
hype
you
was
play-
there, bro.
if you
Hyping
play
it.
38 games in a Prem season, 15 goals across 38 is what? One in every what? 3 game or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
Something like
Close,
That's
one in
that's-
two, one in
close to
two.
one.
Probably
Close to
two.
one.
Yeah,
That's
one
fine.
in two.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably 2.5 every 2.5 game.
Yeah.
He'll score 1 and 2, though. I think he'll do that.
I mean, to be honest, bro, if you want to win the title, you have to go do more than that still. So
Thank you. 20 goal you have to do to win the league.
unless
Hold on,
Saka
hold
them
on.
and unless
That's
Saka them
the
and
thing.
Martinelli, unless Saka and Martinelli
Martinelli?
trip up with enough goal.
Martinelli
I'm
is
sure
shite.
unless them chip up
He's
with
shite.
a lot of goal.
Kish, are we are say Manchester City go 2 seasons without a striker? We even one of our players score over 15 goals, but win the league back to back, right?
Bro, that's Pep, bro. This is Arteta.
That's Pep, dog. You can't use Pep. You can't use Pep, dog.
It's different every season, dog. It's different every season. He's gonna play different this season, too. He's gonna play different this season, too, dog.
I Pep, my youth. You can't use Pep on Arteta, dog.
Like,
Yeah, dude.
But in terms of Victor Gyokeres, bro, he's going to be, bro. If the man score half of the goal and him scoring in Portugal, he would be a successful signing, bro.
I
Because
just feel, and you know, I not saying probably not score. I just feel like the defensive action and intensity, the intensity of the league, it's not normal. It's particularly
overrated,
with Chelsea getting better, Tottenham getting better, Villa probably might get better. Definitely United getting better.
So Jerry, how
Is
you
it
not
me I
talk
say?
about Wirtz and Ekitike in that sense?
But my side, I have high expectation. I'm expecting them to win the league. So I expect it to get running.
With the expectation, that's just what I said, Dre. And based on the money when they buy TK for, what are the goals they expect from him for score? How much goals?
15 to 20.
In the league, Akatike, but what
In the
defense is
league.
that? What
In
as
the
defense is
long
league.
as,
that?
yes, man, like as long as you're consistent, no, that's
I
fine.
just that, yeah.
15 to
But like
20.
how you're consistent.
In this
Yeah,
time,
15
he's
to
not
20.
transfer for
I expect
bro.
15 to 20 goals and I expect at least 8 to 10 assists from Ekitike.
Well, probably
as
not
long
too
as you're
much.
consistent, bro. That's all
Yeah.
I want to hear. I don't want to
Yeah,
hear
and
you
I
tell
like
me
Kish, but
about.
still up on him phone. I look for somebody for
I don't want you say 15 to 20 for Gyokeres. You don't pay more for Ekitike and you tell me 10 for Ekitike. As long as you're
As long as
consistent.
they not do
No,
that.
man, I
yeah.
can't. No, brother, I'm not saying
But
that.
what if this
As
time
I
he's
say.
not the Akatike is not getting that many goals because he
Boy,
won't
but
play.
if you don't get Isak, me not think he might score so much goal, you know.
Yeah, he won't score. He won't score that many.
Yeah,
Isak
yeah.
will
If
score
it,
probably 20.
no,
If you don't get
I
Isak,
don't know,
he's not
bro.
gonna score
You
so
know,
much goal.
I don't know. And the truth is, I don't know what my manager come with some mad tactics are going to come in the league because based on what I see in terms of preseason and formation and how the man them a play, dog. Yo, I not even know if Isak signed, I not even know if I'm gonna score 20 goals. I just know say probably the man they might run with the league and score probably over 100 goals. Every man contribute at least 10 to 15 goals across the board. Is it me I say? And win the league by probably maybe 78 points. Based on what I say.
Not with this farm City. Bro, City are gonna turn up.
I think the
And
criticism
everybody
against
remember say Man Utd win the league.
I think the criticism against Gyokeres is just kind of unfair because I think as football fans we kind of judge before a player even kick a ball. You know, like
100%.
to them
100%.
score and I never watched the game, but at least him score before like the first upcoming
Hold on
game.
there.
So,
If
Kish,
he didn't
how
score
much
today,
I
then
expect Benjamin Sesko to score?
Sesko,
15 to 20.
10 15, 10 15, 10 15.
15 to
10
20.
brother. 10
You can't score 10.
brother.
You can't score 10.
But not 10 though. He can't score 10, but
Yeah,
You
mad
can't
man,
score
but
10,
10.
brother.
You can't say Rasmus and I want to come sign one and score 10 goal in the Premier. I'm mad.
Not
fair
score.
enough. Yeah, fair enough.
15 to 20.
No, we're
Bro,
not reach
after
at 20.
15 goal in the Premier from Sesko and a couple assists. And not only assists, but if I watch Sesko where it's like he might contribute to the team.
Yeah,
as
I want
in,
to play well.
he might make them runs down them type of thing there.
Fam,
Then we can say,
yo,
You know.
Bro, the Premier League got some folk strikers this season still in the dog.
I be a bangers, dog. I be a bangers in a striker.
Alan, Cisco, Gyokeres, Bombo Clark.
And something we never even mentioned, but it's going to be a Manchester United Arsenal Gyokeres versus Sheshko. Remember, Arsenal wanted Sheshko. Manchester United wanted Gyokeres, and the two end up with the striker with each other they'd want. So
I'm gonna make a bold prediction, right? I'm gonna make a bold
with a brace.
Even though Gyokeres must score like between 15 to 20.
I think Gyokeres
Gyokeres are gonna be like the Nicolas Pepe Arsenal again.
What? Bro,
I second that.
Just watch.
Bro, honestly, from the Premier League this season, if Gyokeres go on good, more on them forgive a standing ovation. We just want the world see the world stay do this.
Standing ovation for what?
Yeah. What the world? I would be so feel if at one point Gyokeres scored us in the whole stadium.
It's hard though. Like,
you know what funny? You know what funny?
So nice. Not the rival, but the opponent and the deal. You see, like Real Madrid they get Ronaldo that standing ovation. But just want one of that in a
Ronaldinho like performance to do that.
But yeah, I have to put in Ronaldinho performance to do that.
Must score like
Gyokeres get a hat-trick. We can't get a stadium of this.
Bro,
hat-trick every week. What do you mean?
You must go score
the thing is, Alan have a signature celebration. And the signature celebration was that's not really
what is that?
I don't really want. Come on, but bro,
we can't
go so much time to see Alan do that. Every time.
That more iconic than Gyokeres celebration, to be fair. So
what?
Probably is.
This more iconic than this.
No, let me ask this question. A full celebration in a FIFA for a long time. Nobody
Bro, Alan is a world-class player long before Gyokeres. It's going to then be in FIFA, bro.
Oh.
Come on.
And Haaland younger.
But the thing is, I'm telling you, Kish, if for the next 2 seasons, let's say Gyokeres rack up on 20 goals, and or even say win a golden boot, better know, say in the FIFA, you are going to see that celebration and the whole stadium do this.
I mean, they probably didn't the FIFA already, but I'm just saying.
They probably put in at 26, you know.
Yeah, bro. I don't know, but for some reason, I just want to see the whole stadium do this. Honestly.
Bro, yeah.
I mean,
you behave like a fanboy now, bro. Yeah, that's how you are behave.
Yeah, exactly. Probably can be that.
We're tattooed itself on the video again. Saka one left Newcastle.
Bro,
oh yeah.
Yo, I want to take it out, Kish. We know you rate me, dog. We know you rate me, dog.
I mean, I guess we can finish off with final prediction for Arsenal. I want to think in terms of them league position.
Them might come third. Them might either come third or fourth.
Third or fourth, yeah. Third or fourth.
Yeah,
what you think, Jay?
I definitely see them out finish.
Jay, don't say 6. Come on, Jay. You can't say 6, Jay. Don't say 6, Jay. Don't say 6, bro. Like, me here, you say I'm going to fall off, but I'm going to take a fall off.
I'll be unbiased. Objective as best as possible. I'm going to say Arsenal come second.
Okay. Again, 14 streets, you want them come second?
No, that's crazy.
Bro, I don't think Arsenal will come second at this point. I don't think Arsenal will come second again.
The main reason I'm saying so because I still feel like City have problems with how them defend and how them press. That's the
if me at Arsenal and me there 5 points up, I had a City with 3 games to go, I lose my last 3 games just without come second.
Exactly, bro. Like, but at this point, that's second.
Tatu, when Pep Sema leave the job? 2027?
When Pep Sema,
no, this season. Yeah. This last season.
No, it's that question. When am I leave? Next season?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. Pep says not leaving.
Contract done, right? He's signing contract done. So, me see, me hear people talk about this. These are the first fall off. Well, our second fall off City have since like Pepe has been there. The first season he did just come at the Prem, right? And then he have one season when Liverpool win, and then last season, you know. But to be honest, bro, I think people kind of over like analyze this Pep thing where them say, oh, them not think like City are go like, you know. I think City will be right up there, bro. Like honestly, them are go. Pep is too much of a genius and a mad scientist not to be there. So to me, it's either City, Liverpool, but bro, Arsenal have finished third, bro. I just not see them.
Yeah, about third again, third, fourth, yeah.
And if Chelsea them a click and so, it just become
Well,
harder.
Chelsea, potential FC, boy.
Potential
It doesn't
FC.
Potential FC, you know. Potential FC did I lead the pack with you know
Fourth.
last season, you know. You see me?
Fourth.
You know what will happen? What will happen?
So,
City
yeah.
City goes first, Liverpool second, Arsenal third, Chelsea fourth, United fifth, Aston Villa sixth, Newcastle seventh, Brighton eighth.
On a game table.
Yeah,
Table.
this is what it is.
That
Yeah,
I
you
want
know,
to see.
sir.
Am I City for win?
Yeah.
Yes, him say.
Disappointment, Yodi.
Yo,
Really gonna win.
Yudi, I wanna
Rangers, you have no idea.
Yudi, I wanna be
Rangers,
most pessimistic
Yodi,
man
you're
never
weak.
seen him live.
You're weak. You're weak.
I'm
Yodi,
alive.
You're weak.
They're gonna be back.
Yo,
Savino,
no, the man alone. The man be
Doku,
real. The man take the pressure off by
Haaland.
himself. So
Yodi.
the
They're
season
gonna
done,
be big.
the man
They're
can't
gonna
tell
be
himself
Yudi, with all the respect, I feel like even though Klopper is a legend, I feel like him scar you so much that you're nasty, right?
Yo.
Yo, I feel like he's yo, it can't. Listen, brother, you have, and we don't know Vert a kick, hopefully in kick. You have Vert, Salah, McAllister, Van Dijk, Alisson. You have 5 generational talent baller in your squad compared to City, where only probably have maybe 1, 2 is so much.
Hold on. Repeat
Three.
the list again.
Three.
Come up on the list again.
Me say
Haaland is enough. Haaland is enough.
Salah.
Yeah.
Salah
McAllister.
generational.
Hold on.
Salah generational.
No,
Alright.
Salah can't
Generational.
generation.
Salah's
Okay.
generation.
Salah
Alright.
generational.
Salah
If
can't generation.
you not score over 180 yard goal, I guess you're not generational. But anyway, so me have
Hold on,
Vert, Salah.
Salah is not generational, that they must say.
That them just say a while ago.
You don't have to be generational, as in somebody knowing from young to regard as generational. If you come on this mind,
Can't be
me not think.
generational. Salah can't be generational.
Anyways,
Bro, if
move
you would,
on.
let me just say this. You believe say Usain Bolt generational?
Bumbo clad.
Is that yes or no? No, yes or no?
Bro, of course
Yes,
it's about
Of
generation.
course.
Okay,
Brother.
but before Usain Bolt was like who is now. Nobody never regard Bolt as a generational.
I'm gonna ask you a question. When
Not
Usain Bolt
because-
win him first, what age did Usain Bolt win his first title?
Like
We
early
attack champs, or we attack
No,
World Junior.
first world title.
like 22
As in
or-
adult?
Adult.
Probably
I'm pretty
2000
sure it was no, at
2007
age,
when
man.
him come second. Or 2007 and him come second to Tyson in the World
Age,
Championship
me at
200.
I'm
The
pretty
age,
sure.
what age?
Probably like alright, the first
No,
one,
in
what-
them
what-
20s. 21,
early
20,
20s, like 21.
21.
Okay, that's
What
generational.
may I try
That's
to say?
generational.
That's generational.
No, but hold on. But nobody at the age of 11 or so wasn't regarding Usain Bolt as generational.
11, yeah.
Look at this now. The youth when him ball from Australia, right? He's about 15, 16. People regard him as generational. So I'm saying in Salah's case, not because somebody never regarded him as generational when him 9 or 10. Bro, what he's doing,
R22.
Yeah. What he's doing, man, I say nobody can do it again, you know. But he's definitely generational when you look at it. Just a fact.
Brother, the man
Bro,
that conversation, one of the
I
greatest
know,
Premier
I
League
know.
player
People
ever.
call the man, bro. People call the man one
um,
season, one day, you know. People call the man one season, one day, you know. And the man come on and do it about 7-8 times already, you know.
All right. Anyway, my point being, you have at least 5 generational talent in a one
Yeah,
squad
listen,
compared to
Listen, man, them
me say Verts, Salah, McAllister. Van
McAllister
Dijk,
generational.
Yo, Calamity, any stream, bro.
McAllister generational.
Yo, Calamity, anything, no man.
No,
Yo, look at like, bro. What I need
Yo.
is
Dog.
Yo, me just
Jesus
think
Christ.
the
Yo,
man.
Drea, there's only one generation man here in the team here that works. Only
Yo,
one.
Yo.
The man
So,
has-
So Alisson on the one. Alisson
Yo,
generational.
no.
Bro, the man has-
Van Dijk no generational.
Van Dijk.
Probably.
The thing with Van
What
Dijk is a late bloomer.
He's a
He
late
can't be
bloomer, yeah.
generational.
Brother,
He
the man
cannot
is
be.
man is in the conversation as one of the greatest defenders of all time. That is generational.
sure.
Bro, that
That
doesn't
is
mean
generational.
generational.
No,
That is generational. You know what? Me finish my point. My point being,
McAllister is old.
what I'm trying to say, as I said about Yudi, is that you have more talent in a one squad in a Liverpool than Manchester City. That's all I'm saying. Because
Not
Manchester
necessarily.
Manchester City has aged out.
Oh,
You see me?
okay.
You still have your Vardiol, you still have your Haaland. Hopefully,
Guardian is young, you know.
That's what I say. You still have your Vardio, you still have your Rodri. Unfortunately, him injured right now. I don't. Hopefully, Foden can somehow come back to common sense and emotional stability. And you see me, and you still have Haaland. Hopefully, Turkey can put in the work.
No,
But
so we
as I
have
said,
Turkey, we have Rangers too as well. Yo, you see, I know it. Boom, bro. Me, I tell you. Yo.
You
brother,
never
you
tell
think a trend bad at defending? Watch I worry.
Man, tap your foot. Tap
No,
what?
man, I know it better than Trent. I know it
Bro,
better than
what?
Trent.
Alright, end the stream. Because me
Yeah.
done. Goodbye. Yeah, I hate that.
God.
If I say that, me know I hear side. Me know I hear that.
You
Me know I hear
know
that.
what a while ago, bro.
I mean, from you say Alexis Caicedo should have done it from lesser skills. Yeah.
Ball of that youth. World Cup winner and Premier League winner. Know yourself. Know
You should not
yourself.
make no more call. Who have you make two more call?
Bro, why get to the Gabriel thing, man? Why
Yeah,
stop
but
that?
bro, well, all right, though, I wouldn't forget to certain things that I know Kish can get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, people, this was the first touch podcast. You see, we'll chat about a whole load of shit sometime, but that's how it goes. You see, my people. 2 hour. Never expect it for so long, but you know how football go. Always a continue.
That's your fault.
Yeah, that's your fault. Anyway, people, big up on yourself. You see me? Thanks for all the support. Yo, big up the man for turning out on the channel, you see me? Love and love alone. Always. Big up on yourself, bro. Respect to Yodi for jump off and Els as well. You see it? Anyway, people, remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell, because that'll notify you when the video might drop. And we're out.